I don't know how.
Happy Halloween, people!
What's up, beardies and beardettes? Get this fucking mask off my face and turn the light on because it's another fresh fucking episode of the Beardy Bros podcast. Yeah!
Your nose, though.
Oh god,
Oh, that's
my
great.
nose is it's horrible. Wookie, you can try and breathe if you want. Oh, what's up, beardies and
He
beardettes?
can breathe. I just guess he's heating up because of his air.
He's struggling. Oh, as you didn't realize. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! We've got Wookie on this episode.
No.
If you couldn't tell,
Right.
yeah. You're good now. You can take it off.
You should have said it was Juddy and then BAM!
Oh wait. No. What do you mean? That's Wookie.
Juddy.
It's Wookie.
It's me, Juddy, playing Wookie, playing Juddy, who's also Wookie.
Exactly.
It's just...
Trying to get off. Oh my god, is that Bam? It's Bamski!
That's right, and I'm here to talk about how I'm suing the Jackass guys for not letting me be in the movie.
Bam, all drunk and shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what?
It was his own fault, though. So.
Yeah, what a interesting intro.
Being a dick.
So to get it in, we are in the spooky season. We are in October now, so
Halloween, people.
Yeah, Halloween period. So all the way through this segment of this month is Halloween themed. You'll see us gooped out when we can with some kind of gooped decoration somewhere, a bit of slime here and there. I don't know. Oh my god, ectoplasm everywhere.
It's
You
fantastic. I'm gonna celebrate because my sister's pregnant.
Hey.
And, hey, and I'm gonna be a dad.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Imagine the people who think that's serious.
Oh my god, nearly made me spit with that joke.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to drink before I said that.
Oh.
So,
I was like, I don't want to spit all over my computer and stuff here.
I'm doing an Alex Jones and having a cigarette.
That's fine. That's fine.
good.
It's completely fine.
I'm not drinking booze.
This
so
is not family friendly in the slightest.
I've tried it.
I'm trying another vice. So,
Trying another vice. Well, I've been trying
it's
this.
it's and then eventually I'll be like, no, well, I don't have any alcohol, I don't have cigarettes, might as well just crank
So
one.
you're just having one? Daz, you're just having one?
One. Just one.
Just one.
The one standard beer brand. Maximum refreshment. Not sponsored, by the way. One standard drink in every can.
But if you wanna,
That's a pretty big drink. You know when they say, it's like
500.
only have one drink a day, and it's a massive one. That classic
it
joke.
still counts as literally it's just one.
Yeah, just one. Or if you have a whole carton, it's still classified as one, right?
Exactly. One carton.
They've even got stats. They've got stats on the back here of the can, which is funny enough. 2.5 mils to every 100 mil.
Oh.
You got a ghost, Daz.
Yeah, ghosts. You got ghosts there, buddy.
Okay, this is gonna start fucking moving.
Your box just went.
Ooh! Perfect time for Spooktober.
There's ghosts in the studio. No,
It's apparently the volume is 2.5% alcohol, but yeah, it says alcohol per 500 mils is 10 grams or
You
12.5
find out that he
mils.
just put his foot on something and just made it fall. Like he's like, yeah, boink.
Dude, remember, I do
little
that
wires.
ghost that likes to give me shit. I've used that app and it just likes to talk trash to me.
When you said about the goop, I was gonna say you just put a line like out of camera and just yank it and just.
wait. We're not going to talk about Gwyneth Paltrow's website, all right?
Oh, goop.
It's already in enough trouble of like they had a whole bunch of staff leave, and then they complained about work experience there. It's gone to shit, and what do you expect for a company that sells rocks that they tell you to stick up your vagina to make you healthy? And
Yeah, the healing powers of crystals.
the healing powers of crystals and
Crystal
sticking
fucking meth.
rocks up. Yeah, it's the different type of rock.
When they tell you to harden the fuck up, they don't mean literally.
Yeah. It's let's just have like a bogan version of Goop where they just tell you to smoke a different type of rock, or just transport another one over state.
Like I just casually moved.
Yeah, and their sponsor is and it's supported by Chappelle Corby, so it's
Like smuggling things as well. Yep.
Yeah, like smuggling things.
Oh, no, I end up having rocks.
You gotta check them surfboards.
They have rocks that like little Russian nesting dolls, so you take it off and then inside will be the little space inside and stuff goes into it, and then you just screw the rock.
Hey, Daz, you just probably just outed a lot of people with that.
Yeah, you just told where the police where to find
Anyone finds it, finds it, they're like, "What's this? Oh, that's just my sexual pleasure healing crystal."
Every
Stone.
few fucking bags probably got nesting dolls in them. Every few fucking suitcases, and it's like we're
like
watching
going
the Beardy
down.
Bros, and
It's just like-
they've said about nesting dolls.
Yeah,
It's like they get,
there's
well, that's like
crack
you
in
hide
these
it.
nesting dolls.
You go through so many nesting dolls, you've already gone through the fifth one. You're like, "Fuck, it's just gonna keep going. It's gonna be nothing."
Yeah, but when
that's
you
the
get
trick,
to it, it's
that's
like
the
they're
trick.
fucking big, so
That's
there's
the
no
trick.
point.
That's the trick. That's the easiest
Yeah.
way of hiding a little bit in there. It's still worth something.
Yeah, it's still a little bit of crack. It's it's
Like
still
$10
good.
$10 worth. Like,
Maybe the new way of doing it is doing parcel to parcel. So they have this giant parcel, like, okay, what is it? Open it, it's just another box with a little gift, and then they open up another box, it's just another little gift. Open another little box, and it's like all these little gifts to throw you off, and you're like, fuck this shit! But then inside there's a nice little box
yeah,
of,
but
of whatever it is.
they don't take care of shit. They rip it open. Like they just get a knife and
Yeah, and I was about to say, don't they have things called X-ray machines that can just
Yeah.
bypass all that? Just
Well, they look through it,
Yeah,
but they
like-
couldn't tell because they're seeing all this mysterious stuff through each layer. They get confused because they're like, what is all this stuff? Because it's just layered
no,
over
there's
each other.
things now
Yeah.
that specifically target drugs and stuff. Like they can
yeah,
just
and there's things called sniffer dogs as well.
But that, one of the
Um,
layers could be a smell of bacon, and it's confusing because you've got all like different smells.
yeah, but
from
then you'll get the
layers.
dog to get into it anyway.
Yeah,
That's exactly it. They'll get into that one layer and they're like, "Oh, it's just bacon. It's stop getting into it. Like it's just dog food or something."
I know
That's
we've
what
been in
sardines.
Australia, and it's been a while since anyone's travelled in or out of Australia properly. Like last
Shouldn't
time
be
I
giving
checked,
anyone
border
ideas.
Security is pretty, clued on to this stuff. All you have to do is just slip them a 50, and then you can put the crack through your borders.
It's exactly.
I would say 100.
Well, you
Wouldn't
get
say
that 50,
50.
and
Every
you
step.
peel that 50 in half, and you'll find there's crack inside that. It's how you hide it. You
Yeah,
gotta hide it.
exactly.
gonna
Yeah,
crack the
exactly.
50 and-
That's how you slide it through. It's
That's
mean, it's-
everyone out
It
there.
may be pretty thin. The 50 may be pretty thin, but like have you seen those people carry that stack of 50 notes around? It's like,
Yeah,
they got a
no,
stack of
yeah.
50s rolled up. Well, it's not real. You unroll the 50s, and there's a hollow gap in the middle, and then the crack's just hidden in it. And they just roll it up, and
So you get the
cash.
freaking Bible with the freaking pistol in there. It's like the
Exactly,
same
and then
thing.
you open the pistol up, and the crack's in the pistol. It's hidden away.
and plus it's Australia. $50 can get you a lot of things.
Exactly.
It can get you past border security, get a little bit of crack through. It can get you a happy ending and a massage parlor from your
Dude,
local.
you just I was
local
gonna
road.
say, even your passport, you
Just-
peel your photo off, peel off the photo, your photo from your ID, and you lick the back, and it's a bit of LSD, and and off you go.
That's where I've seen it.
That's what's holding it down. It's all everywhere, and
It's LSD, just the copious amounts.
LSD is just holding everything together.
Yeah,
like
just
it's all
all your notes in the LSD and just dip them all, let them soak up, and then. But the problem is, we have plastic money, so it probably just wouldn't soak it.
As I said, it's just all rolled up, hidden away in a bundle.
I'd do nothing to it, so it's really
no. It's and
it's
that's why,
safer.
Go ask
and,
your
and
local
that's why
Eshe.
Australian notes. Yet again, we're going back to the Australian 50. It's perfect for when you roll it up to.
Why do you think all the
another line.
Eshes, those real Eshes out there, they have the stacks of cash. They get the bum bag, they take it out, it's the roll of cash, they unroll it, then there's ciggies in that, and you're like, oh, okay, it's just a bit strange, we've got ciggies. You gotta snap
But
the
that's
ciggies.
what the tourists have the fanny packs. It's all full of LSD, does.
That's exactly it, and that's what I'm saying. The ciggies, they got the ciggies because they always got cigarettes. You got to find the right spot. It looks like a normal cigarette, but you snap it in the right spot, and there's funnel tubes of LSD and crack in that.
Just
and you
flash
gotta-
it down the middle.
Exactly, it's hidden everywhere, man. It's hidden everywhere. You're gonna
Yeah,
be
seems
surprised.
all
Like,
right about this.
your controllers, you think your controllers are simple? You open the back up, you have your
Your
battery
controller's
packs.
full of it.
You take your battery out. And you have your battery, you're like, oh, it seems a bit sus, what's in there? And you twist the battery, and then
Why'd you
out
at me
comes
like
the LSD. Yeah, it comes the LSD from the battery. You think it's a normal battery full of acid? It's not that kind of acid. It's
And there's some gaming drug trafficking tips from Dale. So
Yeah, if you get a
normally
controller holder, you control a battery holder, you just put some LSD.
little compartment, you can hide your weed in there. I wonder if anyone's done that.
People wouldn't check that.
Jeez,
People wouldn't check.
Imagine if you're playing and you're like, hey bro, I'm coming over for a spliff, no problem, come over, and you're just like, where's your weed at? Oh, give me 1 second, you're playing, just go, here you go, bruv. Just blend it up for us, and then you just go back playing. You
Yeah,
just
'cause
crack
that's the
it.
thing. Like, cops and that wouldn't check the back of a controller.
Well, they do now.
They will now.
They will now.
Or something like that. Looks like an
There we go.
inconspicuous little cartridge, and then you have that, like that looks like the battery pack, and you just snap that off, and it's hidden inside that. So
Next
then
you'll say it's your fucking AIO in your computer, like your fucking water cooled.
Yeah,
Could be.
it won't have.
half of this.
Oh.
It looks like a giant can. He's
What happened
frozen.
to Wookie?
He's frozen. The FBI's found him.
Like,
I was gonna say it's like these. It looks like a really large can, but realistically the can's this big. There's a little hidden compartment. You twist that, and out comes the friggin'. Here you go. You want some?
that's why you got the big can all of a sudden. You
Oh.
get something a bit for later. What happened? What the fuck? It's like you're doing the like, little. Like a drone.
Oh no, it's lost his connection. We're talking too much on the F. He's like, FBI, open up!
I think they're trying to cut us off, Des. They're trying to get us.
Oh, I'm just making that.
Stop,
Like your Pokemon cards? The Pokemon cards, you crack it open and it's just hidden in that thin layer. And it's
Wait, so is that why on your Instagram I saw torn Pokemon cards?
just the white stuff is on the center.
Yeah, he's just there licking.
Wait,
them, licking them all.
We just got him back. Holy shit! Oh god, what's going? Oh, he's back and he's gone. He's
You were
back.
like frozen like this.
God.
Oh,
It's
Did
the
you hear-
LSD's finally hit him.
just kick it in.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just coming up with all these ridiculous ideas.
LSD, marijuana, anything.
You think this is a normal pop vinyl? You think this is a normal pop? It's not. It's a pop vinyl with a boom mic covering over it.
Wait, you've never had that on your mic, have you?
Oh god.
I thought that was a hat.
Yeah, I thought it was one of those little English soldier hats.
Little kid. Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
You take that off and the weeds hidden in there.
Oh god.
Oh,
I think Dale is on something.
I think he's hit his Halo helmet for some reason too. He made it with weed in it.
oh wait.
Oh no! Oh, it's there. Wait, did you paint it?
No.
No, that's his legit one. That's
No, the one you made.
No, this is the one I made. You take that off, and it has the stand. Do you know what's inside that?
You
Want me to
take
get
that off and it's got weed.
It's got that for you.
Wait, so that is one you made, is it?
No, this is the one I bought.
no, that's the one he bought.
But what happened to the one you made? It was on your Aku in front of him.
It's all there.
Oh, did you guys just along with your boxes and?
It fell down because
Daz, you forgot
Oh, shit.
something. You forgot the fuck?
it put a wig on.
Oh,
it.
wait.
What did I forget? What did I forget?
You didn't put your Cyberpunk box out to your Cyberpunk box. You didn't put it somewhere visible.
Oh, is that the $16 one from eBay? That's collector's.
No, I
one?
meant the big one does. Or is that a Cyberpunk somewhere?
Because on good note, right? EB has a sale happening right now, so if you want
EB's got a big sale.
big sale, they've
Literally, it's a big sale.
did you just pick that up today? Or
What?
was
No,
that the
I've
other
had
one?
this for ages. Since it's
He's had it for
Okay, I
months.
thought it was like, yeah, I picked this up from the EB sale.
No, I.
But he got it for PC.
Oh, I picked up that light. Shit, you make me think of that. Fuck.
Oh yeah, and your pop vinyl and shit does.
Yeah. So yeah, EB Games in Australia is having a massive sale on the moment. If anyone didn't know, go on the website. There's pop vinyls, all little things that Dale's showing off right now.
Do you want to hear this? I don't know if it's going to come through. I don't know if it came through. Did you hear that?
Coincidence, does? Is yours a mug too? Is yours a light mug with your weed in it?
Like,
It makes a TNT noise. Here, Jack. Do you want to... Oh, I'm sorry, I took your light.
Oh, you took. Wow.
Well, it's not necessarily. I said you could have
he's
it. Use it
he's
as a nightlight.
stealing things from his children.
I bought
He's
it.
a bad parent. Bad parent.
Got cranky. Got out of his bed. Got cranky.
He needed it to sleep,
No,
Des. What are
Dale.
you doing?
Dale, you're doing the podcast. Don't do anything abusive that could get you in jail. All right.
Look, he comes in. I come to show you guys. He comes and looks at me like this. He's like, "Why you got?" He just goes. He just looks at me and just goes.
It's like, no,
He just walks. So he just walks off with it, and he's just looking at me, and I go back in the room, and he's trying to put it up,
Oh,
and he's
come
just looking
on,
at me
dude.
like,
You didn't say you're wearing your
Go to
Mario
bed. You
shirt.
should be in bed.
God dang it.
Yeah, the Beardy
gonna
Bros.
quickly-
Mario.
Wait,
Okay,
did you
quickly
just change that? Did you change your shirt?
No, I had it on the whole time. What? You want to say hello quickly? Yeah. Come quickly say hello and go to bed. It's 10 o'clock. You should be in bed. Quickly say hello.
Dragging your children in on the podcast.
You go to bed.
Going like,
Bye.
say hello to the people of the podcast, or you get the whip again.
I need to get that as well then.
So I
If
picked
it's
it up.
like what $7 or $9 or something.
$7.50.
Oh, nice, nice.
That's cheap.
Johnny Silver.
But yeah, a lot of items are like 75.
And I got the
50,
shirt and the
70
mug
bucks and
coming as well.
Yeah, and you know why though?
because they're trying to make room for the next stock that's coming in.
They've had this sale for months. Like it's just not. They're not selling.
It's
Well,
rotating.
EB Games is always been a huge joke where it's like a sale and the entire store gets like there's sale stickers everywhere.
It's all fucking red. Like
all red, all literally red. It's to remind you that Christmas is coming.
but is
Halloween
GameStop the
is also
same?
on.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Every GameStop I've seen is normal. Like there's no big red fucking sale stuff.
It might just be the stuff getting lazy. They're like, oh,
But EB is just like they put big things, big sales, little sales on the big sales. It's covered.
it's a
I'd
meme.
hate-
It's a going meme. It's like the big sales shirt that Dale got as the April Fools. They know it's like a massive, a cliche. And
Yeah.
Because it never used to be like that. It was just like.
By
a
the
few
way,
sale
I'll say
things.
quickly plug on that Beardy, the sale shirt. We have a Beardy sale shirt up on the store.
Mm.
That's a parody.
Beardy dot.
It's a parody of the
No,
sale dot shirt.
Beardy dot. The dot should be where the nipple is, but oh well.
The text is quite
just-
large.
copyright owned. No.
I mean, no.
I should get one of those and just walk into EB one day and just be like, sup?
What Beardy?
The Beardy dot, because it's just a white shirt with the red text.
Yeah,
Exactly the same as their sale shirts.
do it. Do it.
Oh my god.
do it during
Because
the sale.
at least you shop in the EB. I don't anymore.
Yeah.
I'll
I don't-
go on there and have a look, but I just haven't been to a realistically, who has been to a physical
physical-
store in a while? It's it's a shopping center.
No, yeah, him.
Unless you have to.
I go to JB Hi-Fi pretty much every 3 months.
I did that today. I went to
Yeah,
EB
it's
today.
a lot of things I just go digital. It's like now because because COVID and all that stuff. COVID. So it's kind of like I'll just jump on Amazon and eBay and just order stuff off there and and occasionally go to the shop and just be like,
If I was a PC only player, I'll be so fucking digital. I have hard
yeah.
drives full.
Yeah.
I don't have to buy games. There's so many free games. And speaking of free games, at the moment, there's Epic's game. Free game this week is Europa Universalis, whatever, number 4.
Yeah.
And the one that's coming up
Yep.
after that from October 8th is PC Building Simulator on
Yes, I
the
can't
Epic
wait.
Store as well. And on that note, there is also on Steam, if you like playing a few demos and trying out a couple of games, there's
never
the
met them.
next
Fest.
festival, Next Fest, which is from October 1st to 7th, and there's a whole bunch of like
Demos.
demos you can go try out. There's like the new, was that Starship Troopers?
Yeah,
yes,
That looks
yeah.
good.
Which looks fantastic. Just to name a few, there's School Break, Monster Tribes. There's a whole bunch of ones that you can just
The
try
reason
out.
it's fantastic, though, is because it's fan made by fans who love the movie.
Oh yeah, the movie was fantastic. But not
A
just
lot of
that.
people hate it, though. Like, apparently, it's one of the worst movies ever made. Apparently,
No, it's just a B grade movie.
Like-
That's just. It's still fantastic.
it's a B grade. That's an A grade. Like, no, kind of S grade, really.
yeah.
That was way before its
But there's,
time.
I'll
though. I
say
think
there's a
that's
lot
why.
of games. You've played a few games so far on the list. You've
Yeah.
played Outbreak Island, and you played Postal.
Oh, that Postal game looks. When you was watching it, it looked so good.
I've downloaded a few games. I found that there's a Mythbusters game
Yes,
Up on there.
Mythbusters game, which I'm keen to actually download.
I've got that
one
installed. I'm
and
going to play it maybe
that
after
demo.
this.
Wait, what did I have here? I downloaded 10. Priest Simulator.
Yeah, you go around as a priest beating up demons.
I'm not going to download that for principal reasons.
You go around
No,
beating up
this is
demons.
great.
Okay. I thought it was something else.
Succubus with guns. I'm like,
Succubus
it's just
with
a
guns, yeah.
horde shooter in a little arena.
Good old horse shooters.
But
Literally a
it's
horse
interesting
shooter.
that if you're not jumping on the
was-
the bandwagon for the new game New World like everyone else is,
Jumping
at
in
the
4
moment.
hour. No, there's people complaining about 4 hour queues and stuff like that, and people getting banned for like
4, 5.
queue hogging and stuff as well. Apparently.
So yeah, if you're not jumping on the bandwagon for that, go try out a few demos on Steam. That's for PC players.
Wait, do you have New World, Wookie?
No.
It looks good though.
It looks alright. But I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon because
Not yet.
No,
Right.
Ever?
never. No, because principle. I'm showing my age. I played the original World of Warcraft when it first came out.
It's not that old though, really. Like,
It's like 20 years old.
oh,
Yeah, World of Warcraft is old.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought it was
old.
like
It's old.
2005 or something.
Yeah, it's old. I played when it first
that
came
old?
out. I played it for a while, and basically I found it's like any other MMO. It's just grind. The grind.
I tried doing that. I tried getting into World of Warcraft
Yeah,
again
you
recently, and I
just
just couldn't do it.
get
It was
a-
just too expensive.
Yeah. Well, no, not that. It's
It's
more of
many
like,
hours in.
yeah, you put too many hours in. There's too many games out there that you need to go out and try and play. And,
Conan.
yeah. And why be stuck with one type of game? Sure, you get more bang for your buck. Like you
Hey,
buy
COD's
one
over
game,
like that now.
and you can play that non-stop. Like I admit, I play Tarkov. I've got my money's worth out of that.
Yeah.
But then there's so many other games I want to play as well.
Yes.
And if I realized that, I was wasting, I wouldn't say wasting, I played a lot of time.
You could have put time into other.
Exactly.
Things.
Yeah. There's
It's
a lot more
that's
things
what
do
I
than
said to most people. Like,
just-
it's one of those games. If you're going to look and play it, you've got to be investing your time in that game. Like, that's one of those
Yeah,
games where
yeah.
you're
You make
solely
sure you got
playing
nothing
that
else
one
to
game.
play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other-
And then also I met
like-
Eve players as well, and that's like a wormhole of just life that just gets sucked straight in.
Yeah.
It's like you can be, back then it was like either you're an Eve player and literally to just just hours upon hours, or you could be a WoW player. I was a WoW player and I played a bit of Eve as well.
League
And
as well.
yeah, and Counter-Strike and everything else.
Yeah.
And
I never played any of them.
World of Warcraft.
I played a bit of World of Warcraft back in the day, on and off,
Yeah, World of Warcraft.
when I could afford it.
2 and 3.
Never played Counter Strike, but I played the old Wolfenstein, Return to Castle Wolfenstein.
All the classic just Warcraft, like before it was Dota 2. All those games, and just
Oh, was that Warcraft?
well, Warcraft. There was a mod that came out called Defense of the Ancients, which stands for Dota, and that was the original Dota game, and it was a mod for Warcraft 3.
So League's just a thing of Warcraft, like a mod of Warcraft.
No, League of Legends is kind of like, imagine your Pepsi to your Coke. It's kind of, it's the same concept,
Just
same type of game,
Just different
except it's its own thing.
yep.
Or like DC Marvel.
So like
League of
COD and
Legends,
Battlefield and shit like that. Like
League of Legends came from like it's kind of like it became its own thing. It's essentially the same thing as Dota, but Dota was the original, and you have Dota 2 now, and it's just it's the same. People crucify me by me saying this, but they're essentially the same game because a lot of characters are very similar.
because I've seen them and they look practically the same art style, the same,
Exactly.
even the same maps. Like
But saying that, it's like like their League of Legends, for example, their marketing is huge, and Dota is huge as well. But like League of Legends is
I don't see
probably
Dota
much
marketing
more-
at all, really. It's just League and
Well,
Warcraft,
yeah, it's-
stuff like that.
Well, Dota
Yeah,
has a
well-
niche market. They don't
Yeah.
need to try and advertise and.
I haven't
people
had a
in, like-
raid for a
Yeah.
while either, to be fair. Raid
Well,
Shadow
no,
Legends.
Oh,
but
that kind of died off once they partnered with Ninja. I found like they recently pulled Ninja
Raid.
in. Yeah, Raid
Raid
Shadow
Shadow
Legends because it's like a Ninja ad for it because Ninja has his own
I hear
character. in it.
nothing about it.
And as soon as that's what I mean. I heard about Raid Shadow Legends all the time, and as soon as Ninja seemed to have got dropped into Raid Shadow Legends, I stopped hearing about it.
had Raid Shadow Legends offshoot from League of Legends, and it's
No, Raid's weird.
Raid's just a mobile game that's become like you can play it on PC now in the last.
I think it's because you're thinking because it's very similar art style.
Oh yeah, very similar art style. It's fantasy, it's all that kind of stuff. But gameplay, it's completely separate.
Yeah, different.
But yeah, going back to the Dota
Because-
and League of
because
Legends,
mobile,
gameplay is
they
very
have-
similar.
They've got to have the same kind of art styles so you're not like breaking stuff.
Yeah. You've got your orcs, you've got your fantasy characters.
The Raid Shadow Legends, the game where it steals IP content from every other game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fortnite.
Well, they officially buy and partner with people though.
Yeah, so does Raid.
Yeah.
But going
Although
back to
that'd
League
be
of Legends,
really down.
No, there's a big. I can get into that with Raid Shadow Legends. They've stolen too many concept ideas from other people, and people are trying to take them to court for it.
yeah, it happens.
Yeah, use really.
Yeah.
If they change it enough.
By the way, this stream is sponsored by Raid Shadow
No,
Legends.
it is not sponsored by Raid Shadow
No.
Legends.
No, but if they want to, yeah, fine.
No.
No.
No, that's one. I'm sorry, that's one sponsor we would not take. Raid Shadow Legends. Even though we mentioned it so many fucking times.
No, there's a lot of things that we say no to, really.
Fortnite gets mentioned a lot of times.
And I still wouldn't do
does
that either.
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk, yeah. Come on, CD Projekt Red.
Yes.
Come on.
CDPR.
But
I love Cyberpunk.
Wait, that's
just-
that's the promo for my podcast.
Yeah.
My podcast.
just put it on the thumbnail. Sponsored by Beardy Bros. Sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
CD Bros podcast.
CD
Well, I'll say some of the free games. There's also speaking of free games, if we come back.
Project Beardy.
If you have your Prime Gaming as well, you can get the new Ghost Runner that's recently come out through GOG. If you use your Prime Gaming, it's pretty cool. That's like, for a game that's only just come out to get it for free straight up. Like that's
No, it's been out for months now. It's just come out on console now.
But it's on console. It's a lot of games have just been, that's the thing about beauty of PC gaming. It's been out for ages, and when it becomes popular, it's only because it's been jumped out onto a console and it's been
because they're coming out on
Much
Xbox.
more-
I was like, oh, I was
Yeah,
gonna
it
buy
just
it.
come out last week, was it? Or
Something
this
like that,
week?
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Same
like
as,
because I've played 0 Hour, for example. I've had that since last year, and now it's getting huge. It's not that the fact that it's coming on console or anything. It's just because
Picking up traction.
It's picking up traction, and it's funny to see games that I've been playing for like ages, or have had for ages, and played on and off, become really massively huge. Like it's when Tarkov became huge, and it's like I've been playing this for like how many years?
Yeah, exactly.
And now it's huge. Or it's like 0 Hour. It's
I
like,
did in Rocket League. I've been playing for 6 years on Rocket League. Like,
Yeah. So it's one of those things where it's just it's funny for me. Is I'm like I don't know if I've.
I remember having to pay for Rocket League.
Or it's one of those things. Yeah, because 0 Hour at the moment is pretty huge at the.
Definitely is picking up.
Definitely huge. Hunt showed Hunt.
Yes.
Yeah, that's starting to gain traction. That's another game example that's picked up all of a sudden. Like, it's
Yeah,
been
but
out
it did
for a while.
last year too, and then it went new again. Like,
Hunt
Yeah.
Showdown. I think it's also because like number one streamer on Twitch, Pestly, has been playing it because he's been going, all right, there's nothing new in Tarkov at the moment, so he wants to go out and venture and try other games.
trying to just branch out and
and one of them has been Hunt Showdown, and I've been playing it as well recently, and I've been like, all right, it's good to get back into it because it is actually pretty fun. I've been playing it with some close old friends of mine, and it's because the distance that I'm from them, it's good to actually catch up with.
I've still got to get that.
Which
What's
what
that?
Hunt?
Tarkov.
Dark
Oh,
Old.
Tarkov, yeah. So I've been playing Hunt, and I've been playing a bit of Zero Hour, and it's good seeing that's been getting
Siege,
traction
really.
as well. Yeah, essentially, it's what Siege should have been. Because if you've ever watched the original Siege trailer that they released,
The game went more
Years
mainstream.
ago.
That's why.
oh yeah, exactly. But I think it was more marketable for them by doing it that way. We're having it too nitty gritty, but having it more, let's
They
say,
didn't change it
fun
too
and
much,
open.
but
Well, they did kind of. They
it was
they
enough
kept,
to keep it like how they looked at it. But
yeah, it's the foundation for it allowed them to do. Oh, let's have characters bigger than larger and life.
Siege
And the
failed
marketing for it.
at launch though. Like no one could get on for a start. The servers were so broken. Like I tried in 2014, was it?
Yeah, but
I tried and I couldn't get on.
yeah.
Yeah. It was
Well,
horrible.
think of it this way. That's the same thing that's happening with that, like the new world scale.
When exactly, so
now.
many people are playing it. There's like
So-
No,
hundreds of people
that's
playing
lack of servers though. This was the servers were broken for Siege.
Yeah.
Like using
Well-
Q and then it would just break. Like it just
Well, there's a thing too, because like I said, they're banning players as well. Because people playing the game, they don't want to leave because the queue times, and they're banning players because people are like leaving their characters in game.
yeah.
And it's just like,
Yeah, but you've got a kick out time
Well,
of 20 minutes
yeah,
now.
That's normal. That'll happen because people don't want to be like, all right.
People want to go out and they just want to don't get kicked, so they have to wait again.
Or
that's
people
just
don't
being
want
a
to be
dick.
like, okay, if everyone else is waiting, that means I'm gonna wait. So I don't want to miss out on an opportunity. So I'll just stay in the game so that I don't have to wait out like they do. I'm just gonna be a dick about it. Which you get people like that. People,
well, because I saw a
naturally
TikTok.
assholes. And
There was a guy. Well, there was a guy on TikTok who was playing and he was
Exactly.
doing stuff, and he's like, oh well, I like he's got into his I don't know whatever server he was playing on, but he's basically the short story was like he'd got in game and he's just like, okay, I want to go do something, like I don't want to have to exit the game and jump back in kind of thing. So he strapped the mouse on it. He had the mouse on the table and he strapped it to his fan, and as it rotates when it's turning,
no.
the tape moves the mouse and drags it side to side, so it keeps him active in game. So he can, so when he goes out, he's played, goes out, come back, and he can just set himself back up again and continue to play and not have to.
Just being a dick.
Yeah, I mean
that's
it's in a weird area. Like it's, I understand being a dick, but it's weird because like if you want to go do something, like okay, the wait, the idle time's 20 minutes. And, I mean, it really comes down to that they need more servers at this stage. Where it comes down to because
They are bringing more servers, but it
there's-
takes a bit of time.
yeah, because there's some people that are like on certain servers which takes 4 hours to jump into a server.
Some are also dead. The ones that you need queues are the ones that have the popular streamers in that people want to play with. Why go to them? Just go to the less populated fucking server.
Clout. People want it's just all the clout problem. People with their clout.
Doesn't mean shit. That could just be a name. That's all they are.
I know.
If that's the case, then that's just stupid. These people are just jumping on because of the sake of other, streamers.
Yeah.
Like, play the game for it is. Enjoy it like they are. Don't try and jump in and enjoy it with them in that sense. You are actually enjoying the game.
I
with them
can't
by
give two
playing, having
shits
your own
if-
experience.
Because I saw
If that's the case. Then
And that's the thing. That's the problem. A big problem.
Barjo promoting New World. He was server with Hex.
Do you remember when they first played that?
No, I didn't
When
watch
I
it.
watched when they first set it up to play it, and they had the whole issue because they had to try and have the server. He's like, "Oh, I'm in the Discord," and it was this whole thing. It was funny because they had the super secret Discord, and he wasn't in it. But they went to set up and get into the games, and they realized that they chose two different like classes or whatever it was, so they're different world servers they could join into, so they couldn't actually play together. And they,
So,
Because you can't switch servers either. Like you're locked into one server.
so you got to find the right character, the right server when you create it, and pick the right thing and play together. Because when they did that, they chose two different things, and they're in different worlds, and they couldn't. They kept going to locations to meet up, but they weren't meeting up. Even though, like, it was freaking hilarious.
it
like Ark and Rust. Like, what server you
It
on?
kind of reminds me of ESO as well, with the Elder Scrolls Online. I've done that as well, where I made a character and we're like, oh, we're on this thing. It seems like that we seem to be on the same map. We figured out how to get to locations and teleport. I'm like, I'm sitting here, I'm waiting here for half an hour. It's like, I'm nearly there, get there. And and they get to the spot, and it's like, I'm here. And it's like, no, you're not. It's like, I am. It's like, I'm not. And then we're on two different fucking servers. And it's like,
And you take a
fuck.
picture like, I'm fucking here.
We're like, we spent so fucking long just trying to meet each other. It was like over it in the end. It was like an hour trying to fight it. And it's like, no.
Jesus.
When you say something like that, it reminds me of when No Man's Sky first came out. People were expecting they said, "Oh, you'll never meet," and people happen to be in the same area, and then they find out, "Oh, wait, they kind of screwed us here."
There's no actual multiplayer. Yeah.
Yeah. There was no actually multiplayer.
They hadn't gotten to it yet.
Congrats to the people who are playing it now who bought it back when. Because now you got a fucking brilliant game.
Oh yeah. It's what they're doing it with now, and they've kept on with it, and that's commitment. Not just with the player base, but
I recently
also
downloaded
with the developers. So yeah, it's a
Well,
fantastic
I bought that
game.
$100 at launch.
No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
I just recently got it free on Game Pass.
Oh, internet freezing. Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
What
is
happened?
he freezing?
No, you're still fine.
He's frozen.
I have
Who?
internet.
No, he's there. You're
Why am I so framey? What the
Oh god.
fuck?
FBI, open up.
I did that. What am I so pixely?
There's all different things. So I got some notes.
This
here.
is not smooth. What the fuck?
No. I got some notes
It
to
was
go
when
through.
Wookie said that.
Do you have many notes? Did you have a couple of notes to go through as well? I got some notes.
I got 10 things.
Wow.
Oh Jesus. One thing I just wanted to quickly bring up. It's kind of boring news. Again, it's why is it COVID? We've talked about COVID, but I just found the news article. Quickly, just get it and mention it out the way. I don't know if Wookie's there. He can't really hear.
Yeah, he is. He's still. I can see his eyes moving.
He can maybe bounce on the conversation afterwards, but is he? But there was a thing I just saw before.
Hello?
You back?
No, you're still there.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Actually,
I was wondering what happened to these guys.
I'll quickly go through this because I saw it on the news articles, my news pop up, and I was looking at the news stuff. I was like, "Oh, what do we got?" And it's just another COVID-19 popped up, and you know how they're doing the burst weekends and stuff. They're trying to get people to get the jab, get it all done. Jab, do that stuff.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was now, but it was some organization that's called the COVID Initiative Alliance or whatever the fuck it is. They're boasting out forwards now, going with this thing because it kind
COVID Alliance.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's this thing, but it came out.
What the
and
fuck?
basically
It's not a video game.
the headline that got me was Aussies vaccinated against COVID-19 have the chance of winning at $1 million. I was just like, do these people need to start getting incentives now? And there's and it was headlined to one guy who's the organisation of this thing, and then partnered with some other guy who's some such and such an Australian philanthropist. I'm like, when you start adding these things into these kind of things and money's being involved, it's just what the fuck is going on? Do you really need to be fucking doing this?
They're guilting people into getting it still.
Yeah, they're bribing people basically now.
Yeah.
Hey, give me $1 million, I'll get the vaccine. I'll keep getting it.
And that's exactly so.
It's going.
Yeah, does it give me extra entries if I keep getting it?
I got my. Is it 2 jabs, 1 jab?
I got some more room on my other arm, man.
But yeah, because it was so it's the Million Vax campaign.
And the side effects. Oh my god.
Too many times.
You'll never be sick. You'll never be sick again.
Hey, after your 5th jab, it gives you superpowers. All right.
5G was just the start from 2.
Death.
It can help you fly. Gives you wings.
Give you wings. Yeah, it gives you wings. Red Bull.
Gives you wings.
Yeah, well, Red Bull is very what's the word? Very. What is it when you promote something and it's complete opposite? Because Red Bull does not give you fucking wings.
Bullshit.
Oh yeah.
It's
false advertising.
Yeah, false advertising.
It's a saying. We know this.
So that's the thing. The key
is it
thing.
though?
Oh god. So what was the other funny part? Was it was in total they were giving away
You
$4.1
drink enough,
million.
it does give you wings.
God, $4.1 million worth of prizes.
Crack gives you wings. Crack gives you wings.
Not the crack again. We're not coming back to the crack hidden away in the wings. You crack the wings open,
There's
take
crack
each
in my
feather,
tin.
each feather, get the feather, you crack it, and then off you go.
Just smoke some crack and then you can fly. You don't get your wings.
That's why this happens.
Jump out of a window.
You got crack in the fucking
On
lid.
at least third or fourth floor.
But yeah, no way, shape, or form do I want to promote this at all. But it just seems fucking retarded that they're trying to offer up, like I said, $4.1 million worth of prizes, which include gift cards, like a money value worth of gift cards. And it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck are they doing?
Because people love gift cards, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I don't mind a good gift card. I don't mind
to
it.
get back into
What is this, like, vaccine, McDonald's monopoly kind of
That's
thing?
what I'm like. That's what I'm getting at. It's like, is this like some? Do you peel? Do you get jabbed and then you peel the band-aid and you have a prize every time
Maybe
you peel
they-
it off?
If they
Yeah.
did
Oh,
the
I got
jabs
a
in
free small
Macca's,
prize.
people would just
Hell
get it.
yeah!
Hey,
Fucking
man, just give him a cheeseburger when you get a jab.
get
Yeah,
jabbed
you
and you
get
get
a
the
jab, you
band-aid
get
and
a
you won't know and you
cheeseburger.
wait till you get
Yeah.
home and you
No,
peel it off later and you're
nuggies.
like, oh, free day out. Oh, I fucking love my free days out. What's that?
Actually, no. If the nurse is hot enough, I'll go happy ending. They'll get back to get another jab.
And you get the jab, you take the band-aid off and you look at it's like a free happy ending from nurse and you look at the nurse and it's some old lady and you're like,
I mean, it still counts.
Hey,
Who
it still
cares?
counts. Just hey, if they got that arthritis, it's like a special handy, like extra layer of
Ribbed for your pleasure.
for your pleasure. It's like getting milkshakes made by Michael J. Fox. It's it's extra layer there of special goodness. Just
Surprise, bitch.
yeah.
Uh,
She'll take her teeth out.
God.
Oh, this.
So that's
always,
it's fucking. So exactly.
this
it. So,
always happens. So,
yeah,
So,
with
yeah.
me, it always happens.
It's gonna happen.
sometimes,
It's
but-
gonna happen. That's why don't if you know Wookiee's here. You'd expect it to happen. I'm not
Yeah,
surprised by
exactly.
these things.
I expect it every week, really.
I'll just come in and be like, I got a massage on the weekend, and
Well, I
it
was
just
gonna say,
didn't do it for me.
I was gonna say it's a good time,
Just
Jim.
didn't
Jim,
do it
I was
for
gonna say,
me.
you got any of those jokes I told you to prepare for the episode?
I don't. Wait, you keep talking, and I will get
Alright,
some.
so I want to talk about this. This is I'm kind of pissed off about. I want to talk about it. Jim, why should we jump in on this? So I don't know if you've realised, but some parts of the world, a certain movie got released today. Today in America, Venom 2 came out.
Oh.
Big win.
It's been here for 3 days.
No, in Australia it doesn't come out to November 25th.
I know it's been released early in other countries as well, before Australia. And before America it came
Yep.
out. So that's why there was also leaks of the ending of Venom.
Yep.
And if anyone already...
And Sam,
Warning, spoilers at the end of the credit scene.
No.
Oh, okay, so you guys are like, oh no. So the ending credit scene is basically... They tease of the MCU.
No.
With the
I'm not listening.
now with the showing of Spider-Man.
No.
Oh, okay. You guys are just like, nah, I don't want to know shit. I'm done. Just
No, I already
you already know, don't you?
I
Is it
kind of
safe?
well, I mean, it's safe. The only thing is, I'll say is I'm already kind of have a figure of that because people have already uploaded videos going, "Here's my breakdown." No. You're fine. I'm not going to spoil anything.
You're fine.
But people have already put down their breakdowns of well, they're talking like been uploading videos, and in their thumbnails already show things which is like, well, now I know what's going to fucking happen, like what they're going to show because their thumbnails show images of things, and it's just like, well, that's already fucking spoiled it without even doing anything because the thumbnail shows it off.
Yeah, I already know what happens.
So you're fine, Jim. So what I was going to say is, no, I'm going to cut Wookie off. So sorry, but don't say anything. So basically,
It's all right, Jim. It's all right.
if you're going to browsing YouTube, if you see anything that says Venom 2 or anything like that, just don't look at the thumbnail as quick as possible and just move on because people are using thumbnails now for the Venom 2 breakdowns and actually putting spoilers in the thumbnails. And it's fucking yeah. Because I saw one, I browsed this morning, and it's like Venom 2 ending post-credit breakdown, and I'm just like, but Venom 2 isn't out yet. And I'm like, looked it up, and I'm like, November for us, out in the US. I'm like, well, that's fucking bullshit.
I thought it was October 1st, but it didn't
was supposed
specify
to.
US only.
No, well, on the listing, when you look up the dates, it was supposed to be October 2nd for us, and plus a few other countries. But no, they decided to delay it till November 25th.
Why? It's
So
already
now,
done.
I don't give a fuck, but I'm a sea-loving sea dog, and I'm trying to find my pirate hub docking wherever I can to watch it because I can't fucking go to the theaters to fucking watch it because I gotta wait a fucking month.
If you're there anyway, I totally recommend watching Spanish Spider-Man as well.
Spanish.
Well,
gonna be around there.
I'm good at
It's on
avoiding
YouTube
spoilers.
anyway. It's on YouTube.
But there was what got me was too, because after I found that out, I was looking and people already been putting up articles from people in Australia going, are they encouraging Australia to get into the piracy industry again? Because when you
It's
do
happened
things like
before
this,
though with a lot of movies.
well,
So.
Yeah,
there's
we
a lot,
did it for Game of Thrones.
and look what happened
We'll do
there.
it for everything else.
Yeah, because
Yeah, Game of Thrones deserved it.
Venom 2
Oh yeah,
is
that
delayed.
Ending, Jesus.
The Dune remake is delayed as well. We get it like a month after it gets released in America. There was another movie that does it, and we get Matrix 2 weeks after US.
Well, think of it this way.
Is it
A
because
lot of
we're
it's getting-
smaller and they don't get enough money?
June and the Matrix anyway. I think that gets released on HBO Max.
It does,
Yeah.
I think.
So
Which we don't have that.
Well, technically we can get it. We just change our region.
But
You
for
just
people
get
that don't have that, can't get it, and that's the annoying part. It's like
yeah.
there are some people that can't do that, and that's more money. Like,
Just-
of course, you can go around and break the
Yeah,
round
just get a VPN.
But why couldn't they just
Yeah,
release
yeah, get a
HBO Max in
VPN.
Australia and just allow us to fucking have it and allow us to watch
No,
these things?
we are getting it eventually. I think it's
Yeah,
this
yeah.
year
But I wouldn't
sometime.
be going out to the things buying things like this and not fucking watching it yet.
Yeah, you got the plebby non-steelbook. Come on,
Like,
Dave.
if I had HBO Max, I would have already watched it, but then because I didn't
You would
have
have bought
HBO
it
Max,
anyway, Dale. Anyway, afterwards,
Oh.
you know this. You would have seen it at the store and go, "Yeah, I'm going to get it, even though I can
Oh.
watch it."
Speaking of Snyder Cut, did you see what happened?
what?
The Thor 2 director wants a Thor 2 Snyder Cut.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Because all the stuff that he wanted in the film that wasn't
Because Thor 2 sucks.
and there was a lot more to it.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
a lot
Thor
of
1's good.
directors,
Ragnarok's good. 2, you can just skip that completely.
It's just an in
but a
between.
lot of directors say that anyway, don't they? They always wish like if
But
if
then make it the way you
film
want it.
fails, and well, yeah, it's two reasons. One, either executives like someone comes along and goes, "I want this in it, I want that," and it completely ruins what the director actually wanted to do in the first place. So of course they want to do a remake, like their own version of it. And if Snyder got to do it, well, why don't everyone else?
He
get
got
to do
kicked
it
off the
as well?
well, not kick, he had something happen, so he had to do it. We didn't
Well,
have to,
yeah,
but
personal reasons.
but the director who
his
made
daughter
Thor
died.
2, he could have done that in the fucking first place.
No, well, that's the thing. It's like because it's part of a Disney, they would have said, "All right, we're going to have this, we're going to have that," and
Yeah, but-
you know, Disney's very like, "That's it. You do what we say."
Yeah, that's why people don't like them. Like, they don't want to. They get certain people to make movies because no one else will. Well, the Russos are out now, so they're doing nothing for them anymore.
Yeah, they're done.
I think the Russos are still doing stuff. It was
No, they left.
left?
They did the Avengers and
Oh, okay. I thought
That's
that was
it.
still like
No.
Any other
handling
contracts,
a few
yeah.
things.
no,
Oh,
they
the
left during the Scarlett Johansson thing. They're like, nope, we're done, and
Well,
nothing.
they've
That's it.
settled that now. Apparently,
Yeah,
They've
they
settled
have.
that,
Yeah, they definitely have. That was another thing I was going to get to, which we can segue that now perfectly. So
Yes.
we've talked about it before, and yes, we follow that back up. ScarJo and Disney have finally settled on the agreement after where it went quiet for a while because they wanted to take it back behind scenes, take it away from the public eye because it didn't need to be in the public eye.
It shouldn't have been out in the first place.
They had those discussions and they settled on what was needed to be paid and earned. And I guess it might have been after Disney had to count their pennies to see how much they actually earned. It seems, but who knows what the actual story.
You know
is.
they've earned shit tons.
Oh, they did.
from it.
Oh,
They
yeah,
earned
yeah.
plenty.
Disney earns a lot of money.
They earned $50 million just from the streaming release.
Oh, that movie sucks ass.
It wasn't that bad. I liked it.
It's
I
it's
didn't.
like a Thor 2, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So it's
bad.
like a Thor 2. It's like Avengers Age of Ultron. It's decent, but you don't.
Age of
really...
Ultron's not bad though.
Age of Ultron always gets that is one of the ones that sits there in that list of kind of it was one of those decent, but
I like that more than the first fucking Avengers.
yeah, no, you'll find a lot of people that like that on Age of Ultron. Unfortunately,
I didn't like fucking Spader played that well.
he did.
I liked it that they are able to put a lot of characters in the Black Widow comics into the movie and it explain her story a little bit more. And
I'm still lost.
you got a bit more of the Red Room, which was good. A lot of people, you got a little bit of teaser of what actually happened at Budapest. Even though a lot of
Yes.
people were thinking that it was going to be the Budapest and it was going to be like more of a prequel than anything, and technically
just a
it
sequel.
was. It
It was
was
a
just before Endgame, so it was. I thought it was well done. You know,
But also,
executed.
there'd be nothing
Well,
after it. Spoilers. It's fucking dead.
well, yeah.
They just
It's
made that movie and that's it.
The movie
nothing
does.
else after
The
it.
movie does set up to more lead into the Hawkeye series.
Oh, yeah, but
It
no more
does,
Black Widow.
Well, yeah, it's got a sister.
Yeah.
So essentially,
the
it
new
did
one.
open it up as well, especially with the Easter egg at the end, the after credit scene, and it did show that it was leading to the assembling of like the Dark event.
Yeah,
Dark
well, that was the
Avengers.
big key point in
So-
the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because that
yeah,
got released beforehand, showed her in it, and she was getting like the John Walker friggin' Captain.
I was underwhelmed by Taskmaster. That was stupid.
The way they combined characters with that kind of broke the idea, which is a bit sucky.
Yeah. I think the big disappointment in that movie for me was Taskmaster as well.
But it's a big character, and they just made it
They mashed the idea of
very
Taskmaster,
disposable.
but then they mashed the idea of another character that's similar to Taskmaster that was a female character. I'd done my research into it because I didn't know of this other character. But yeah, they kind of mashed the idea of that, and
sort of.
they combined two characters together and made this character up, because Taskmaster would have been a lot more badass as an actual character.
Yeah.
He can't really be defeated. Like
Well,
And that would've
the
been
story
cool,
of
that would've been cool.
Taskmaster as well is the backstory of it was basically Taskmaster was originally a shield agent and like has the ability to
Actually,
remember
not like
everything.
some mechanical thing that they showed off in this thing where she got learned
Yeah,
uploading.
it wasn't some kind of uploaded program. It was an actual ability. But it's stuff like that.
in that Avengers game, Taskmaster's well done in the game from last year or whatever.
The other funny part too is I'll bring up is they get a bit weird with characters, because like they did it with Ultron as well, where they try to like nerf the characters a little bit so they don't seem to be OP characters.
He,
for movies.
he was OP though.
Well, this is the thing. Like they
He
do
took
characters.
the ground up. Like he fucking.
I don't want to spoil it yet. I
He was
don't
going
want
to
to talk about it.
destroy
I don't want to talk about
shit.
it. But
it's Disney. They can't go like murderous because they're sissies, and they're make kid friendly.
latest episode of What If?
Yeah,
but it's got to be kid friendly because it's
Ultron.
animated. It's
No,
different.
still, Ultron kills everyone in the universe and breaks reality, and he's going to kill every other character in every other different dimensional universe.
Yeah, that's what should have happened for real.
And that's what I mean.
Ultron.
Like, it's just weird
everyone.
that they've got a movie where they
I'm not
did
gonna-
this
I'm
and
not
they're kind
gonna
of
watch it.
retconning the character a bit, because things happen in the comics, and like Ultron in the comics is a lot darker than the version in the movie. They
because
kind
it's
of
made for
short
kids.
strawed him in the movie, and then they got the animated version. They're going, oh shit, okay, let's kind of do the Ultron that people kind of wanted, and they've done that What If Ultron, and he's just fucking relentless. Like it is because he's Vision
Does
Ultron.
Spader do that Ultron? Because that'd
No.
be dope if he did.
No, because he's out of it. He's out of it
Yeah.
altogether. He said he didn't want to do any voice acting with Marvel again.
Yeah, because they fucked him up in that movie.
So, I mean, he does one-off parts. So I got the guy who did the if you remember in Endgame, that was the Red Skull.
Yeah, he did the voice.
He did the
Hugo
voice.
Weaving.
No, the guy who wasn't Hugo Weaving, because Hugo Weaving was the exact same. He was like, I've just done this. I'm done. I'm done with Marvel. Moved on.
Oh, he was in the Captain America movie, not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got someone else to do him because he had the same issue.
He
went,
played
"No,
that
no."
well though, as well. Like, stop
Yeah,
fucking up good actors.
No, they like to do one-part roles and that's it. They don't like to do.
Yeah, because they didn't like what they did. Like,
Oh
it
no, well,
wasn't-
he seemed to be okay with Red Skull. He
yeah,
just
I-
didn't want
I
to do it
think-
again.
Yeah, I think Hugo Weaving as Red Skull was fantastic.
He
Yeah.
just did it as a
He
role,
was
as like that
fantastic.
was. He goes, "This is me. I'm done. Like I don't need to do any more." It was almost like that. He was a bit like that with when he did Megatron, but they dragged it out, and he's learnt from that not to do franchises. He's one of the ones that said he doesn't like to do franchises.
And he
So
did-
Even though
The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
it's I know
Probably because he did Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit, he's like, oh, I can't do this ever
because
again.
he did
Also-
that, and then he did.
Yeah, but they're better though. Like overall,
Because he was the same thing about doing Megatron and Transformers.
because he
was
has
the same.
free reign with the Middle Earth stuff. Because I guess he's more passionate about that.
That's exactly it. There's certain roles I guess and that's what a lot of actors are like. But this What If Ultron though is just out of the world. Like he's just phenomenal.
Yeah. Well, you know what he does. Spoiler alert: what he does to Thanos.
Thanos.
Thanos. whatever.
So
Shame he couldn't done that in the Avengers.
So basically, what it is you know the key
yeah.
point. So the key point of what changed was if you
Because
remember,
he was still there. Technically,
yeah.
he didn't exactly die.
So in the spectrum of what happened, so you know how with the Ultron
Avengers
movie
make
where
no sense.
so so the
When you
Ultron
think
movie.
about it, like realistically, Avengers should have been over in one fucking movie.
Time travel and nonsense and multiverse starts rappling.
You watch all 4 movies, and it could have been wrapped up in 1 or 2.
Also, did you hear the other rumor about Punisher?
Possibly
So apparently, John Berthol, who played Punisher out of Netflix,
Is he back?
Apparently, they're bringing him into the Marvel universe with a rebooted Punisher.
Yep.
Oh, so he's
Different universe.
still
most
Frank.
probably.
Yeah, but considering what happened, yet again, spoilers again, with the ending of
The series.
no, I'm referring back to Venom 2.
Oh.
What happened with that? That's it. That's all I'm saying. What happened with that?
Multiverse stuff. It's all multiverse.
And the multiverse stuff, and also referring back to the Spider-Man trailer that came out last. They're finding really creative ways to spin other other things into one.
Who owns Punisher? Does Sony have stuff to that?
No.
Punisher?
He's
Well, Disney
Netflix.
bought. Netflix, but that was only because Disney got back the rights and brought it back.
But that's exactly it. So what they're trying to do is if you remember all the Netflix, like those Netflix shows, they technically did exist already in the MCU universe. They just had to be loosely narrative because of how the movies were going, and they were kind of getting ahead of the movies, and they had to be loosely narrative. So if they got too far ahead, the movies could still do their thing, so that they didn't spoil anything. So that's why they made references to the attack on New York City and stuff, but they couldn't get too in detail because they had to be careful.
Why are they rebooting Punisher when he's already had his stuff set up from the show?
In the
they might just
show,
do the mix.
well, he got really fucked up. I thought he almost died in the end of that one. I can't remember.
It's the
I haven't
Punisher.
seen the
He
end of it.
always almost dies.
Yeah, no, I thought they really fucked him. I
Hence
couldn't
the
remember. I
name
thought
as
he really
well.
got
He's
fucked up in this
punished.
one. But basically because they got cancelled, but they're trying to bring characters back. But the other thing too is being in the whole sense that they loosely reference things as being timeline wise, no matter what they've like. Even in the movies said themselves, there's timelines. Key events happen. You can travel back to key event. These key like if you watch, especially if you watch Loki, like there are key events that will always happen, no matter what timeline it spreads off of. Those key events will always happen. There's certain key so things like the New York attack was a key event that will always happen. So that's why they make reference. So it doesn't matter which timeline or universe
It
dimension
depends
they come
what
from.
one you go with, what outcome, or
Yeah, things change. That's to say, like that's began with the Ultron thing. Like I was going to say before.
Agents of Shield did the same thing.
that's a good show
And
though.
same with
Agent
Peggy
Carter.
Carter.
That's
Agent
still
Carter.
going, I think, isn't it? Shield.
No, they finished up last year.
Did it?
But
Like they had a different Ghost Rider as well.
Yeah, well, it was the second indicator, like the second Ghost Rider. It was the first one
cool.
that was done by like Nicolas Cage, and then there was actually another Ghost Rider after that one in the comics, which was the one that rode the
The race car driver.
rode the race car driver, which was and they did him pretty well because there are multiple.
Because he actually, well, that's the other funny part. We'll say in Agent Shield, they actually pulled him. He actually came through a different dimension. He came from a different reality, kind of thing.
No, not in Agents of Shield.
That's what they. Oh, okay. I thought that's what they were going with.
Well, at the end of when the last time you saw the character in that series, he went to a different dimension because he had like a magical book with him, and he explained other stuff as well. So
I was already hinted at multiverse stuff.
But that was the story. The reason why, for example, Agents of Shield was they couldn't actually directly say, it was still a part of the MCU. They had to loosely drop stuff, say
Again, progressing too far ahead and stuff.
Wasn't just because of that. It was mainly because the division from Marvel TV and Marvel Studios at the time, because there was different heads of each division, they always butted heads. But now, recently, like in the last year or two, they've actually merged it all, and Marvel is.
Some of those shows were just bad as well.
That's
No,
what
some of them
happened.
shows were
it
bad.
well, one of the ones that they tried to do the
Like Luke Cage, that Fist guy. Apparently, his show tanked.
Fist. It was not
yeah,
too bad.
Iron Fist. But I was referring to more like the one where it's like not the mutants, but the family that was like living on the moon. I can't remember the name of them.
Oh.
It's on Disney Plus as well now. Anyway, but they're gonna still use the whole multiverse thing to merge them all together.
Yeah.
So they can still say if you're a fan of that, you can still love it as it is. We're still just gonna kind of loosely merge it into there, but then whatever happens in the films, that's gonna be like kind of canon. So they can still do whatever they want. But yeah, the story with, like, for example, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., because it was different two departments, you could say for a very long time they always butted heads.
Yeah.
Until eventually they said, well, you can't really say what's happening in the TV. It can't be catched up at the same time. But now it's kind of all merged now.
Yeah, because was old mate still alive in Shield? What's his name?
Agent Coulson.
Because he died in
Agent
Avengers.
Well, he
Yeah,
didn't
Agent
die. That
Coulson.
was the thing. He didn't actually die.
Well, he did.
He got fucked up.
Yeah.
He got blown a hole through him.
He was brought back using Kree blood. That was in the series. So he was brought. He actually did die. They just brought him back using Kree blood, and like a whole bunch of surgery and like it's pretty much magic and stuff like that.
He's not that
He's the
good.
whole-
Like he could have. No one. He had a good death. Like
No,
he didn't
yeah,
need to
that
bring
was-
him back.
Well, it was for the sake.
It was already the narrative. That's what they were always going to do with it. But it was easy enough to go, here's a character that's from the main timeline. We can use him in a different section and still go, hey, this is how we're going to stay connected.
Because he was Coulson before Avengers, wasn't he? He was because Shield's been going for 7 years or something.
They had Coulson in
straight after the
last
movie he died. He was straight
Avengers.
into
No, I mean
Well, last time they had him in a
Captain
movie.
America.
Well, the last time he actually appeared in any of the Marvel movies was actually Captain Marvel. Because Captain Marvel was based in like the 90s. So basically they
I
had
thought it was and the no, but earlier than that, wasn't it?
That movie came out more recent though.
No, it was the 90s. It was during the 90s.
But it's set in the
Remember
90s.
I remember we had the young Samuel Jackson when he got the cat scratch.
Yeah, exactly. He was in that,
60s.
yeah.
Remember, she crashes into a blockbuster. That's why it's in the 90s. So basically, they used a de-aged Samuel L. Jackson and a de-aged, Agent Coulson.
Yeah.
So I can't remember the actor's name. Terrific actor, by the way. So basically, that was the last time they had Agent Coulson in the Marvel Universe movies. But yeah, they still knock back to him as well. So they're still trying to do the whole, because eventually Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. did the whole time travel thing as well. So, and that just kind of got real messy.
That's why a lot of it was they had to stop too, because they definitely, because I remember reading on that, following that it got too far ahead, definitely too far ahead with what the narrative was doing. And they started projecting too far in with what they're trying to do.
I think the DC one was better. That Legends of Tomorrow, that did better than S.H.I.E.L.D.
Well, the difference
that
was
was
kind of similar, I guess. I guess they're kind of similar then, but that was specifically about time travel and stuff.
Yeah, well,
but that show's still going. That show's good. Like,
well, DC TV and animated movies and animated TV series have always been better than Marvel, in my opinion.
Marvel now starting to clean up though. Marvel's now starting to get better.
Yeah, but I enjoy, like, I personally enjoy a lot more of the DC animated stuff in the past, and it's been a lot more enjoyable, and and they've played around with different bits of canon, like.
But that's what I'm saying now. They're starting to get better, like Marvel stuff.
That Legends of Tomorrow is definitely worth a watch. That is definitely good.
It's a fun TV series.
Like I enjoyed all the Marvel series, like for sure.
I just love how they got all these different, like the Ice Dude and shit, like. So good.
Well, they're being very novelty still. They're
just Captain Cold or whatever the fuck he is.
But they're trying to stay. They're specifically going like these are these kind of heroes. Like we're sticking to that, but they're being novelty, not trying to be too serious, like real. Like where Marvel kind of got to the point where they started getting too real with things, and they're trying to kind of
keep using the same freaking things. DC using difference for the shows and the movies. They're using different heroes.
Well, that's exactly. There's different heroes, and then they're trying to do like a big universe and try to tie everyone together. Yeah. And who they have rights to and stuff.
I was hoping Captain Cold got his own movie. That'd be dope. Like how he got his ice powers and shit.
Captain Cold. Well, Captain Cold uses a freeze gun.
Yeah. Hey.
Captain Cold uses a freeze gun.
Yeah, but he's still.
Powers. He's
Yeah,
just
yeah, but I thought he did back somewhere.
no.
I'm thinking of someone else, aren't I?
Yeah,
Frost.
Frost.
Maybe, I don't know.
Killer Frost has freeze powers.
Every time I think of an Iceman, I think of Schwarzenegger in Batman.
You mean like yeah, Doctor Freeze?
I'll say though,
He
definitely.
needs his own one, like Dr. Freeze. Like back then, Schwarzenegger could have carried his own
No,
Dr. Freeze
I'll
movie.
definitely say though, when it does get around to when you do get a chance and you get it all, I do recommend watching What If. They've done really well to they've done really well to branch out the storylines and actually show like what's going on.
I'm
and
sick of
actually,
Marvel.
They're bringing them all back into line now. To
I
make
want
this
more
universe.
DC.
Yeah. Well, let's still stay upon Disney but move away from Marvel. The announcement for Boba Fett TV series.
Oh, yeah.
December 29th.
That's a weird day, though. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know. It's kind of like a day before New Year's, you know, or like just after Christmas.
Everyone's gonna be fucked up. They're
Well,
gonna
we
watch
did
it.
a
They're gonna be
massive
fucking
segue
drunk
in
and
general
shit.
because when we're talking about the whole Disney thing, I was going to mention another project, but we got massively segue talking because we mentioned ScarJo and going to Marvel and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, the segue fucking went way off when I was trying to like.
That's because we got no. Doesn't mean we've planned anything out.
No, like well, I was gonna say because with the whole deal, to say that she's still stapled with Marvel as well. She's still on projects. She's still being filmed in movies. Like she's still acting with them as well. So
yeah,
because there's a movie she's working on or being in, I think it was, which is they're making a movie of their Disney ride, The Tower of Terror.
Oh, okay.
So she's
Yeah,
supposed
I
to
don't
be
get
in that.
how old she looked in that Black Widow movie. She looks fucking like 40.
Really? I think she still looks.
She's doing pretty
like,
good.
I watched her in 4K. She's definitely showing her age.
It's
Still looking alright.
yeah, it still looks good for
Well,
me.
yeah, but like she's aged compared to like Avengers. Like
Oh,
man,
yeah, yeah.
she's
Yeah,
really
well, like,
aged.
how long have they gone for now? Like 20 years they've been going for?
Yeah.
Less than not 10.
Oh, no, they've been going for a while now, 15 years.
2014 was
Wow.
Avengers. No, 2012 Avengers.
Iron Man. No, you're thinking like Iron Man. She was in like Iron Man 2.
It's only 2008. That wasn't.
Iron Man
No,
2,
she wasn't
yeah.
in there.
Yeah, her first appearance was Iron Man 2 back in.
2009 or 10.
Yeah, it's still like what
That's
10
not-
years? 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's
Still
not that long.
Not that long? No, not really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's just showing some age now. Unless they've
2010,
aged her up
so
a bit in
that's
there. I
11
don't know.
years.
Still 11 years. She still looks fantastic.
Actually, yeah. How old actually is
I don't think David Harbour was in there. I was like, oh my god. Why is he playing like the accent didn't even fit?
Dude, you're giving a slack. Scarlett Johansson is 36 years old.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Yeah,
So
showing it.
she's 36,
She's born in 85?
84.
84.
84?
Yeah.
What? I'm born in 84.
Yeah.
So we're the same age.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just
She's-
watched Black Widow.
That's
and
weird. She's what, 6 years older than me?
Yeah, that's right.
That
She's
means I'm 5-6 years older than you.
Yeah. That means
10 years older than me.
she's 36
I'm
now,
the old.
you take 10 years off, go back 10 years ago, 11 years, 10 years ago, 11 years ago, she was 26 when she filmed that then.
Damn.
Mm.
Oh,
That's it. She's really aged compared to when she first entered Marvel compared to now.
I think she's
Okay,
might
in
have been,
that 10
she
years.
might have lost a lot of weight too. That could be a thing as well, being health. I don't know.
No, she was skinnier back then, I think, for the...
No, she had a little bit more on.
yeah, she had the booty.
She still does.
Yeah, she's definitely still does.
Now I'm just looking at photos of Scarlett Johansson.
Like, I'm not complaining, but she just... I know, she's aged a bit since when I last saw her in movies. It was weird.
don't look too hard, you'll go blind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. But yeah, it would be like
Smack a random photo of Scarlett Johansson up here.
I thought it would be like put a random photo.
I mean,
of you
okay, it's not she looked old. She looked tired. That's what the whole movie like. She looked tired.
I mean, she knew she was going to die most probably. So she's like, why do I have to act this out? I'm going to be dying.
Yeah,
The
I
plot
mean,
leads up to I'm going to
true.
be dying anyway,
Yeah.
so awesome.
don't know. It might just be like the fact that she was like she was acting right next to like what's her name, the one who plays her sister.
yeah.
And she's much younger as well. It might just be that comparison thing. You know, when you look at a group of girls.
No, because I was looking at the close-ups when they had like close-up shots, and man, like when she's talking to the dude in the red room.
Yeah.
That's
but that was like was that one part with all the women?
Got punched in the. I remember that scene. She was punched in the face.
Yeah, but it did nothing to her though. Like,
I did nothing for you.
she's just laughing it off. Like, it did nothing to her. It was.
Yeah, I know that, but yeah, might have been the lighting as well, and that she was punching in the face. Could have been the makeup, who knows? But let's just move on.
Oh, I'm not saying she's still fucking still hot as shit.
You're ruining my vision of ScarJo, all right? She's not that old. She's the same age as me, and I'm not that old.
I just said looks 40, which she pretty much nearly is. So.
3, 4 years old.
I'm nearly 40, so quiet, you.
Mr. Nearly 30-year-old.
I'm a wise old man.
I'm like 5 months, 6 months off. That's not too bad.
So, was that, yes, ScarJo doesn't look that old. She's still,
and she's still doing
banging. Like,
she's still good. She's still
I was just saying, like, the jump in movies from Avengers when I saw it to Black Widow, I'm like, that was shot in like 2018.
Yeah, makeup though. You got makeup and different film lighting.
Yeah,
and
makeup as well. And that scene as well, she was being punched in the face.
I mean, the whole movie.
But then at the same time, that movie was meant to come out 2 years ago. So you think about then, I guess there's like a year gap.
Yeah, broken noses. I didn't know Eddie Brock self-healed.
Eddie Brock?
Yeah, he can self-heal because you watch the trailer. When fucking Venom headbutts him in the nose.
Yeah, and Venom says, "Don't worry,
his nose realigns itself."
Yeah. Venom can heal.
And then it's like he breaks it again.
Yeah. There was the scene. It's like, "Oh, let me heal your nose for you, so I could break it again."
Yeah, it's like, bam.
You know this from the first Venom film.
That sucked.
Oh well, yeah.
Oh man, so
Venom had like 3 lines in that movie, like it.
Yeah, but they've expanded it now in the second one.
Yeah, because Andy Serkis is a god. He can make anything good.
So it's he can heal any broken bones. There's a scene in the first one where
he can't die. I don't think, can he? He can't really, because Venom will keep him alive.
Yeah, that's essentially it. Because they're a perfect host to each other. If Venom tries to connect to anyone else that isn't a perfect host, he'll essentially be sucking the life from their body and killing them afterwards. So Eddie Brock is actually a good, perfect host. So symbiotes work in a sense of if they don't find someone...
Yeah, but isn't Carnage forced into old mate?
Kind of.
Yeah, they're not a perfect host, and they do seem bits of it. Like, in the original comic, they were actually shared jail cells. So
yeah, because that's what happens in the trailer from Venom 2. Like there was that scene where he gets injected and he fights all the guards, and he's like, he got Woody Harrelson come through Carnage's face and say something to one of the guards. He's like, what's your last words or something? Because he said it to him.
Yeah.
So like, that's pretty fucking cool. Like, he can
you see
control
that scene where he's walking through, and you see him stretch, and it's just his old guts open up, and there's nothing there. And like fully takes everything.
Yeah, because he's getting shot, and he just.
But the reason Carnage kind of went to him was like he bit him, he absorbed the blood, and it didn't really go. It was very dormant because it was just a small amount. And what made it more active was that the threat of dying, the symbiote felt threatened from that and activated basically. And that's why he went red, because majority was the reason with being more red in this one by the looks of how it's going is because it was such a small spot and it was like blood, so the blood boiled up and kind of that's why it goes red. It's a bit more different.
Because did they inject him with it, or did he already have it in him and then he already had it in
out? Well, basically that, because like if you see in the original trailer,
because he didn't want to die because he's on death row, I think.
He bit his blood
he bits Eddie's hand and absorbed it, and he goes, "Oh, that doesn't taste like blood." And that takes
symbiotes get created from other symbiotes. It's basically they kind of like symbiosis. So you know.
Well, it's always been in the original comics. Venom was always the original, and everyone was his child, basically. He
Yeah,
always
Venom was the
split off.
original. Others split off from him. There's
Every
others.
time they
Were
took over a host of
stronger
someone.
and better.
Well, every time he
Yeah,
took a new
yeah.
host, he'd take a new host of someone else, and then it'd become a new version because it would split off, and he would just keep multiplying. New host would happen, and then create a
Something
new
like
character.
that. He'd create
I just find it funny how they changed his hair from the first Venom to the second.
Oh,
You see the first Venom, it's all like curly and like,
and,
and in the second one, it's all like curled over and shit.
Yeah. Was that it was interesting from seeing what was in the trailer, and then also what's being hinted
They
at.
shared a lot of that movie just with like clips on like
that whole
IGN
scene,
and shit.
that whole fucking scene of the jail fight, I end up watching.
Yeah.
It was like oh Jesus, like, it's the whole fucking scene.
But the movie's only 90 odd minutes. I'm like,
97
that's
minutes,
put
yeah.
like 5 minutes movie right there.
5 minutes of that 90 minutes right there, yeah. Which
I
is a
mean,
key
apparently
fight.
they've made it a good movie because it's just all go, go, go. Like it's all action the whole way through.
Well,
Yeah.
There is another spoiler, but they do have something of a character in there, which is from technically the X-Men universe.
Is that the...
Yes, yes.
Yeah, she's in the thing as well.
I saw the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, but apparently she's not done well. She's just in and out. So,
I already know her place in the movie.
yeah, she's in there for a brief period.
Well, if she can do the whole Scream thing, and if you know anything about symbiotes,
They don't like it.
Yeah, they don't like sonic vibrations. Which
I already know the base set of
They're
her
teamed
character.
up, though, like... They're
I-
probably fuck up Venom.
No,
but-
I already know the base narrative. I could tell you, but I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah.
I've seen the first 5 minutes. I know
because
her
she's
role.
working with Carnage. Well, is it Carnage or the other? I don't know who she's working with.
Carnage.
I know her role, so
She's her. Yeah. She's the girlfriend of Carnage. You could say.
yeah,
Oh,
that's his. Yeah, well, no
there's
spoilers
really no
out there.
spoilers because...
That's his wife, basically, or his
It's
girlfriend.
Yeah. So she's
And
an
basically,
institutional-
they mentioned the whole thing at the
We know
start.
there's going to be a third one because they've already said Spider-Man and Venom are going to be
Well, I watched.
crossing horns.
Have you seen those things? Have you seen a few of those interviews recently popping up?
Hmm.
They're like one of the interviews where they had with
Circus better be on the third one. They better
well,
not change it.
he's the voice of Venom, so
Is he?
yeah.
Not in the first one, was he? Was he? No, he didn't direct the first one, though.
But he's like, I think he's on the voice of Venom and stuff. I think did he? Or no.
No,
Eddie.
it's someone else.
Oh, does Tom Hardy do it?
I know-
I think Andy Serkis
it's Andy
film.
Yeah, I think.
I know
I'll Google it.
Yeah.
I know he's got input because he's been interviewing with Tom Hardy everywhere they go. But there was this
He
one
said
of the
he's not
interviews-
in Venom 2, though.
I think he directed it, did he?
Yeah, he directed it. But he's not in it, though.
No,
He
I
said
thought
he's
he did.
not
I thought there was
in
an
it.
Easter egg. He does something in it. He's like a cameo or something.
What's his name?
Cameo to something.
Yeah. I can't
Venom
remember.
2.
There is apparently a Stan Lee cameo in it, but it's like kind of in the background. They have a photo of him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So the usual,
No, what
they
was it
can't-
though?
They can't literally do a weekend at Bernie's and dig up the body and start playing around.
Because there was one of the interviews I watched. They were talking about something that's kind of spoiler related for like the future of the franchise, and they kind of like they're like talking to him, and then like kind of like Andy Serkis is rubbing it off, and then you see Tom Hardy just go like eyebrows and just quick wink, just like wink at the camera, and it's like you wait.
I didn't know that Tom Hardy was fucking British.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't
plays so many
remember I can't
Americans.
remember what interview it was, but yeah, it was a big spoiler kind of thing for like the future of like the third movie, or like is it connected to Spider-Man or something like that? What they're gonna do? And yeah,
It
Tom
is.
Hardy just
Yeah,
like
it
he
is.
does
It
because
is.
because in the interview like they're talking, and Andy Serkis just blatantly like pushes it aside and moves on from it. But in the scene,
They've already
just-
said they're
Oh
gonna...
yeah, but you see him in the interview. You see Tom
the
Hardy just sit there.
ending.
He does like eyebrow raises and then winks his eye at the camera. He like directly looks at the camera, like he goes away from the interviewer, looks at the camera and just like eyebrow raises and winks at it. It's like you fucking want it? Why? Like you dirty dog? Like you
From the
cheating
ending,
motherfucker?
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's but was that
But I think the problem is, I think that's why they were thinking about delaying this movie. Like, because there was talks at one point that they were going to delay Venom 2 for after Homecoming. Oh, not Homecoming. What the fuck am my brain doing? No Way Home. Why the fuck did I say
Way Home,
Homecoming?
yeah.
Because of that reason, that there was possible connections, and then people talking that the rumors they kept saying that Venom 3 will be Spider-Man in Venom, and there'll be, like, connections with that and action happening, and
Doesn't say
all
who
these things
voiced
popping
Venom
up.
at
So
all.
that's why I think that's why they're being cautious of how far they keep the gap between Venom 2 and No Way Home coming out, because these connections start spoiling stuff.
well,
Tom Hardy did Venom as well.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
oh, okay, nice. Well, all I can say is I think it was right to show the trailer for No Way Home and then have Venom to release
And show
after
this.
the trailers. Show the trailer first and then have it, because it totally it doesn't spoil anything for the movie.
2 months for that though.
The,
Spider-Man.
I know.
Can
And
we
then they were talking
Spider-Man?
about possibly delaying that again. At
Good.
one point.
Because they've got a month between Venom 2 and No Way Home. Well, less than a month.
No. They were talking about
good
delaying
timing.
No Way Home till next year.
Yeah, good. Do it.
Why would you want to? Why?
It's only a month difference between you got Venom and then Spider-Man straight after.
Yeah, you got that now. Yeah, you want that.
Yeah.
You want it to come straight after.
Yeah, they want to get more money. People would probably stretch it another month or two.
No,
Probably
not really.
March
No,
next year for Spider-Man.
That's way
April.
too long of a wait doing that. That's what's the annoying part. I want to
screw
be able to
that.
watch Venom 2 and then
Hey,
wait the
they
month
delayed,
to go see.
or people delayed.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm
Widow
saying.
for 2 years.
I know that
Don't
was
want
annoying.
any more delays. No more.
That's what I'm saying. I want to be able to
delays,
go watch Venom. Well, see, that's the thing too with Australia. Having Venom 2 pushed to November makes it like
I'm
2-week
guessing
gap
January,
between No Way
February.
Home. Because No Way Home at this stage comes out December for us, mid-December, which means there's a 2-week gap between Venom 2 and No Way Home. At this stage, for America, they've already got Venom 2. They have to wait November, like the rest of October, November, then December for No Way Home. They've got to wait longer, technically, if you were to add it together. And that's kind of annoying. Like, I want to be able to kind of almost see them back to back. So, not wait even more fucking time. So, it kind of works almost, but it's just annoying that Venom's been pushed back for us and they've got it now.
Yeah.
Because too many spoilers coming out from it. And I just want to be fully spoiled by a lot of it. I want to be able to watch it.
Yeah. Well, it's too late. I already dove deep into that and went, all right, yep.
You can't really be spoiled. I mean, you can, but we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. It was going to be, even if it released at the exact same time, it's going to be spoiled in the first week.
Yeah.
There's going to be people that's going to be like, oh, I saw it on the first day. Here's everything that.
That's
you
what I'm saying.
need to
Like,
know.
if it
And
came
you'd
out at
be
the same
all
time,
right.
like, there's just more the fact that we haven't got it yet, and there's no chance for us to watch it, and then just like, oh, we get the punch gun out the gate. Yeah. Like, you know, like it's like a race. If you know you can't, like, if you were to have a race and you have to give that person an hour head start, what's the point? Like, you mostly got no chance. But if you had the same chance to punch at the same time, then that's fair game kind of thing. Like that.
What time was the Spider-Man? What day was it? Because it said the 26th of December. Was that
Something like that. I thought it was
day
earlier
after
than
Christmas? Was that what
probably
it said
Boxing
before?
Day.
I thought it was
Probably
before.
Boxing Day.
Originally thought
That's
it
what it
was before.
says here, 26 now. I thought it was before.
Yeah, I thought it was like mid December.
Now it's 26. I've already been trying to get delayed now.
Well, I remember, like, 5 to 10 years ago, it always would happen. We wouldn't get anything till a month or two afterwards. It wasn't just with
Recently, it's been
movies.
we get it or on the same day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, or even like a week before. That was fantastic. But I'm used to the old days where basically we would still be like a month or two behind, if not 6 months behind.
Well, it was
I
kind of
remember when
good
it
though
got
to a
that
point because there wasn't much people talking about it always on the internet. Now
Depends
everyone's
on the movie though,
now
and the
it seems
people
to be-
who publish
Yeah.
it. And
or TV series as well.
it's
It was one
the
of those
problem
things.
nowadays is with it nowadays, which is more the worst part. It's who gets it first, who can talk about it first. Because YouTube's the whole thing. Like, let's get reviews.
I don't
on it.
get spoilers,
Let's get
I'm
content
fucking
on it,
happy.
You know what I mean? Let's post videos. Let's talk about it. Let's get those clicks. And that's what it's about these days. And it's like, I'm gonna quickly write an article. I've seen. I got the news from it. Let's quickly write an article. Let's put that out there. It's just like the movie's only just dropped. Why do you need to get a million articles out like just now? Like I can, to try and get the clicks, but it never used to be about that.
It's part of advertising as well. It's the reason why it gets people talking about it, gets people wanting to see it. That's the point of all the talk and buzz around it. If no one talked about it, no one advertised it. It's like Squid Games at the moment.
Everyone's talking about it.
Netflix is having exactly. Everyone's talking about it.
I'm getting sick of it.
Everyone's having a field day, but everyone's going
watch
to
it.
talk about it and everyone wants to see it.
I'm-
You can either jump on board
Yeah.
and be like, oh, I've got to see it at the same time everyone else because everyone else is talking about it. Or you can basically just go, yeah, whatever, and just see it in your own time.
I'm not
And
even
just-
thinking I'm going to watch it now because so many people are talking about it and just won't shut up about it. I'm getting actually turned off from it.
Well, that's the thing. It's like
when I
Korean
first saw
cinema.
it.
Korean cinema always had terrific movies.
Oh, yeah.
Not
like,
until one movie came out, such as Squid Games, people were like, "Oh my god, Korean cinema is so good." But
Yeah.
you know, it's like for other people that have been like, "Oh, yeah, I've watched Korean cinema for ages.
Exactly.
It's very
Like I've been down there.
entertaining." Yeah, there's like other stuff like this that's been
Battle
happening for ages.
Royale, fucking.
Yeah, well, yeah,
I
the
only recently
Japanese cinema
found that the
Battle
Korean
Royale
that
stuff.
the industry they're making a new Cube movie. I was like,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Yeah,
Like I remember
that's
seeing Cube, when I'm well, that's one of my movies. I'm scarred for life because those movies were really deep with their gore back in the day.
yeah.
Was Cube, and Escape Room kind of tried to be like the same idea of what Cube almost went like,
Oh,
but
yeah.
different using that escape room concept. And now I was surprised that that the industry is they the Korean film industry, they're getting into it and making a Cube film. I think it's coming out this year. And I was like,
Well,
oh no, not Cube.
Yeah, well, there's been plenty of
it was good though.
Korean and Asian films that have always been before the films that even got to Hollywood as well. There was oh, I can't remember there was a movie that had like Leonardo DiCaprio in it. It had
Oh yep.
it was that like mafia movie.
Mafia.
Yeah, it's like what they did that. I can't remember what it was called again, but they did it with like Old Boy as well. Old Boy was another one. They did a
Old
remake
Boy,
of a
Old
movie.
Boy.
There was
Yeah,
another
that
one.
was
What was
like-
the other one?
I didn't mind that
I know
movie.
which one. There's another one. It wasn't Old Boy though, but Old Boy's the same thing. They made Old Boy,
Yeah.
which was a Korean, and then they made the American adaptation. Record was the Spanish version of that kind of idea as a Spanish or whatever it was film. There was another one though. What was it? It was, I know which one you're talking about. It was like a detective crime film kind of thing. And it was like actually like a couple of movies. It was it had a weird title and the translation was weird in the English titling for it. It was so fucking weird because it made no sense. I know which one you're talking about though, because it's like
Yeah.
2 movies or something like that, 3 movies, but then they made one for for the American adaptation or whatever it was. And it didn't really translate that well. That was the funny part too, because I remember watching it and I was like, seeing the original source material and watching this, I was just like, this is weird because you can see they tried to adapt from like, it's like they used Google Translate almost, and then had someone re-clean it up from that, and I was just like, this is kind of cringy a little bit. At least Old Boy worked when they did Old Boy when they did the adaptation, but there was just some scenes that they tried to recreate that just
Well,
didn't have the same
Old
impact,
Boy
but it was still good.
The scene with the hammer.
Yeah.
The hallway hammer scene in Old Boy, that transitioned well from.
They did their own
Korean-
version as well, but they worked.
It worked really well, and that also inspired the hallway fight scenes in Daredevil. They took that straight from Old Boy and inspired those fight scenes, and they also did that for several other bits of the Netflix Marvel series. That was in Daredevil as well. They did it in the second series, and they also did it in like when they all came together. The I forgot the name of that one where they had all the heroes together in the Marvel Netflix series.
Defenders.
Defenders. They did the hallway fight scene as well, and that was inspired by Old Boy. Like Old Boy is a fantastic film. Messed up, like the fact that spoilers if you haven't seen it yet.
I've only seen the new one.
Yeah, the American
With
one.
Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
Josh Brolin. Spoilers involves incest.
Yeah.
That's the kicker. That's
But
the,
it was, see, that's the weird thing though too. It was just weird of a film like it was weird because was it I can't remember, was it kind of the same? I think it was the exact same narrative for the Korean one. It was no different. But like it's just something, I don't know, something about it though. That's the weird part. Like something about being Korean film, being that kind of genre. It seemed to have kind of narratively worked in the sense, but being adapted, it just seemed more disturbing. It was weird. I don't know. It was just very strange how it like translated differently.
Yeah. Was that? I'm trying to remember the name now. It's
that detective thing. It's that weird detective.
Yeah.
It had DiCaprio. Wasn't it DiCaprio?
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio in it. Didn't have Robert
Detective.
De Niro.
No,
it was Departed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good movie.
Yeah, it was the American version of a Chinese film. Actually, it wasn't Korean.
There we go.
Infernal Affairs.
That's it.
So Infernal Affairs, they had like a trilogy, and it was just kept on going. But there was, the American version, which was the Departed, which had, Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, and a few others.
I remember one part from that movie. It involved an elevator.
Oh, was it?
That's all I remember.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Like, damn.
And Jack Nicholson.
There was, but like the Asian cinema has always been fantastic. Like, if you've ever watched like classic Hong Kong action films, it was completely like the way they've made up is fantastic. The fighting scenes of like the 80s and that of those classic films, like you go back and watch like the Chinese, like the Hong Kong action films of Jackie Chan. Like all the movies that he did, they were actually like they were funny. They were great action in it. It's not like the fighting scenes that you'd see in modern day action films, where it's like real shortcuts and you can't even. Well, yeah, you can't even follow what they're fighting, who they're punching, like all that kind of stuff, because it's so fast and it feels like you're an epileptic because there's just so many different takes.
Yeah.
If you watch something like old school Hong Kong action films, it's basically you can actually see what every move is. It's consistent. It's not like flashes, all that kind of stuff. And there's like a funny scene in one Jackie Chan action film where he gets kicked into a old arcade machine, and it was like from Street Fighter. So he comes out and he gets shocked by the machine, and next minute he looks like he's dressed up as Chun-Li from Street Fighter. So he starts fighting the enemy. He's scared. Yeah. Yeah, I know. But it's the same thing as well. Like the other guy gets kicked into another arcade machine, and he comes out as Ryu. So next minute they're doing the Street Fighter thing, and you got Jackie Chan just dressed up as Chun-Li, and he's in the little short skirt and just trying to do all the fight scenes. And it's funny
So that
things
was
like
City Hunter.
Yeah, City Hunter.
I've never seen the old Jackie Chan movies.
Yeah, and it's Asian cinema's fantastic. Or like if you want to get in the nitty gritty, like watch the original Old Boy, the Asian version, and then also you watch Infernal Affairs, which was the original for Departed. And also I highly recommend watching Battle Royale. There was 2 Battle Royales.
The original Hunger Games.
The original, yeah, exactly, the original Hunger Games, and it was messed up. Like in the first 5 minutes,
people died straight up. Yeah, exactly. There was no hesitation.
Straight up, it was.
I thought the Condemned, but that was a kind of the same,
same concept. You mean?
But that had so many bad sequels to it.
Yeah. It's Battle Royale was fantastic. Like the very first one.
And they did a second one to that too, didn't they?
They did make a second one. The second one wasn't as good as the first one.
But no, I remember that though, because they started off in that room in the school, whatever, and then straight up, they just started killing each other. It was just fucking messed up.
Oh yeah, it was like the teacher
hesitation.
goes, you're all going to die unless you start killing each other, and he's like, what? It's like, I'll show you an example. He just goes, oh yeah, this person, and presses the button, someone's head just explodes pretty much, and then they just get given a random bag. Their name gets called, given a random bag, and the random bags had, the basic food supplies, and then a random weapon. And the random weapon could be anything from a crossbow, to a pot, like a pot and pan, or it could be a megaphone, it could be a radio, it could have been anything like, body armor, and that was all you got. You got one random thing along with your basic basic food supplies. They gave him the bag and told him to run off and kill each other. So
that's crazy.
It was like and then as soon as that happened,
kind of like the Condemned. Like they did their own version of that pretty much, because they had they got given weapons. They didn't get food or nothing, but they got weapons that they found
that they had to fight, and if they won, they got free from this.
Yeah,
it was supposed to be free from there.
That was a good movie. Why the sequel's so shit? They took Stone Cold out of it. They should have kept him in there. Yeah, just keep going back.
Same as things like Death Wish. Death Wish was the same thing.
Well,
yeah, Death Wish was good.
Yeah.
That's another one.
Death Race.
Death Race. That's it.
I was thinking.
Death Race. But a lot of things.
That was a redo of an old one too. To be fair.
Race, yeah.
But if you think about it, a lot of those movies like Death Race,
early 2000s, 2000 to 2010.
It was that battle royale concept. We had it. This is funny. We had a battle royale concept for movies. Everything was just battle royale.
And it didn't just involve movies; it also inspired video games in modern day. PUBG, for example, is a huge inspiration from battle royale.
That's I guess kind of close with that base concept. But the what's the other one?
Well, it was Brendan Green who made the first battle royale, and he made PUBG. Like he started with
H1Z1.
Older before that. Yeah.
Well,
that was
he
before
worked on
PUBG.
H1Z1, but even before that, it was actually a mod.
Yeah,
What
because
was
he
that other
made the
game?
first game Battle Royale, really, like the big popular one.
The culling was one that kind of went with the
Ugh.
narrative. The culling was more narrative, like the
That's a recent
Condemned.
game, though.
That came a little bit after PUBG. It was like very close, or just after H1Z1.
Yeah, after PUBG.
It was very close. Like it was very close, but that concept was very similar to the Condemned because it was prisoners. You played as a prisoner that was sent onto the island. There's that new one that's out too now. What was the other one that recently dropped? I think you've got it, Jim. The other one was the same thing where you play as a prisoner. You're a prisoner and you're dropped on the island.
There's one that's been out for a couple of years now. Is Scum.
Scum, that's it.
Oh,
that's been out for a couple of years. That game's fantastic because it has all the things in it that you like. It puts in the concept. Yeah, you got to eat and drink, but also you have to go to the toilet.
I got chased by a fucking zombie and I couldn't get away from it.
Yeah, you can get that game has zombies in it. It has robots as well, so you can go to a military base and go, oh, there's guns and supplies.
Plus other people trying to kill you.
Yeah, there's other people. That's why I should jump back into that game because
I want to play that game.
I'll install mine. We can just.
I'll look at getting it. I need to look at getting it because I've been wanting to play it.
Can you actually team up with someone, or is it all just individual?
No, you can team up. It's fine.
Because I got lost and I just quit because I'm like, I got no friends to play with.
Yeah,
but you have to go find each other and all that kind of stuff. And
that was the pain. Same thing with DayZ. It was like that.
Well, it's like DayZ, but I think it's a lot better than DayZ.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh, don't get Daz started with DayZ.
Yeah.
You know what I recently found? I noticed too. By the way, I don't know if he ends up listening to us. I don't think he does. But after remember how we talked about that, and he kept going on about, oh, DayZ's so good, whatever it is. You look at his bio now. He has DayZ as his list in his bio.
Who?
Fucking Ubi.
Oh.
Yeah. DayZ in his bio.
You know how you have to, because you know on your stream, you know you have your little bio or whatever it is of like thing, you know you put your Twitch bio. Yeah, fucking. Before I remember looking at him, like I'm sure he never had in there, and after I had that little argument with him about it, he put it in. He goes, "I play DayZ in these other games."
No one likes DayZ.
He put it like I'm saying, like he put it into his bio because he got like. Yeah, because I'm sure I never saw it there on his bio or anything like that, and now it's like in his list of like games he plays. Well, he's like specifically put it there.
I love and hate DayZ because I loved it when it first came out because I was thinking like everyone else, this game's gonna be awesome when it's finally done. Blah blah blah. What you can do right now is still good. You know, there's potential. Like I literally, if you ever find my Steam account, I have over 270 hours on DayZ.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of DayZ back.
I don't even know how many hours I've put on DayZ because it was a mod back then. So.
But there was the mod as well.
It'd be more or less looking at my armor hours because I never really played armor. I only had armor to play DayZ. So.
Well, it was. Well, the story of DayZ is it originally was a mod on Armor 2, and then it was also modded for Armor 3. But then they had the standalone, but at the same time, you're still better off playing, the mods. So if for example, I've on the standalone itself, I have 270 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go to let's say Armor 3 for my hours. I have Armor 2, God knows how many hours, of a lot. But Armor 3, 630 hours on Armor 3 alone. So, I played a lot of DayZ and other mods on Armor 3. So, and DayZ alone. Like, I love those games. I love the concept when we first played it. We used to, be absolute dicks and, hunt down the coasts and find newbies, put potato sacks on their heads so they'd be blinded, zip tie their arms, handcuff them, and then, just lead them around and leave them for dead. Or just, have throw down a pistol, put a bullet in one gun and say,
And just go ahead, just do whatever.
Let them play Russian roulette.
Yeah.
Just do crazy stuff like that, or someone would find a bus, finally repair a bus, and drive up and down the coast. There was one video that I watched of someone driving a bus up and down the coast, picking up all newbies, filled the whole bus up with everyone from the server, took them to his camp, and said, "You guys get food, but you all have to 1v1." One at a time and fight to the death. So we had a death camp, stuff like that. It was crazy stuff. all the things that came from it was fantastic, but because they never actually kept to their promises and kept on updating it like as frequent as they should, and said they were going to do this, they were going to have underground bunkers, blah blah. That's why it was still worth it playing the mod, and that's why I was kind of like, when Scum came out, I was like, this is everything that DayZ should have been up to that point,
And more.
and more. Exactly. DayZ had, Scum has like freaking underground bunkers. It has everything, that they said they were going to do. It has the zombies. It has random like drop pods. It has supplies, which is fantastic. You can get vehicles, all that kind of stuff.
I was trying to find a bunker, but I don't know where they are. That map is fucking huge.
The map is huge. The map is massive. So yeah, if you install Scum,
I heard gunfire, like missiles or something going off. I'm like, whoa. I just ran towards the noise. There's a military base I was heading to, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, there's Scum. I'll jump on that and play that with you. I've been playing, as I said.
I guess constant updates. I was updating it every couple of days.
Yeah,
and
that was the great
fucking
thing.
Enlisted. I don't even play Enlisted anymore, but I just leave
I
it
don't.
installed.
It gets updated a lot too.
But it
though.
always asks for updates. Is that I'm really tempted to just delete it.
Mine's
because
on
they keep being
auto.
updated. It just keeps running updates all the time. Like, can you stop? Can you just stop?
It's only like 50 meg or so. Like, they're not
vary.
big, but it's just enough to. You just gotta wait for it to do its thing. It just pesters you with it though. It just keeps going. Update time. Update. As soon as you turn on your PC, it just pops up.
Yeah.
Like we played it once or twice, and that's it. Because Juddy's like, "Hey, let's play Enlisted," and then he doesn't even touch it now.
Yeah, but that's like everything else. The new games come out. Like
but if a game's
new
good,
worlds at the
you
moment.
always go back and play your good games.
Yeah, and so do I. Like
I've gone back to Far Cry. Like, I'm a Far Cry fan.
Yeah, well, I can't wait for the new Far Cry game.
Hey, bro,
that's gonna
guess
be-
what? Thursday.
Yeah, new Far Cry game, and also Back for Blood. Back for Blood's coming out soon on the 12th, I do believe. So hopeful for
Yeah,
that.
I'll get it on the 8th.
No more new
if
games
you
for me. I'm just gonna
pre-ordered
stick to my Hot
edition.
Wheels.
Yeah, I pre-ordered it.
Oh, it's the 8th. You get it then.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Friday.
All right.
I'm sticking to my Hot Wheels still.
Yeah. Hot Wheels, yes. Hot Wheels actually looks pretty good. Yeah,
pretty fun.
Reminds me of Trackmania, if you
Except
remember Trackmania. So.
better as well.
Well, yeah, it's the Trackmania of this,
I kind of wish I stuck to Trackmania when I first got it. I first got I still remember it. I got a code for Trackmania out of my cereal. Because there was a cereal thing where it's like you could redeem Ubisoft game codes back in the day. And I was like, oh, this game looks cool. I own all the other games that they're offering. I'll get a new game. And I I'll take
Ubisoft make
Trackmania.
it.
Yeah. And I actually had to wait like a month for them to still release Trackmania for them to drop because it was still early in its stages of being a developed game. And then I got it and I was like, sweet, like thank you for helping us and choosing this game in this time and whatever all that stuff. And I was like, sweet, get Trackmania, and I played it for a bit and I'm like, this is pretty cool because I was like, oh, this would be one of those games. And then it just took off from like it's been ever since then. It's been taken off. I'm like, damn, like I wish I stuck to that game because I built some tracks back in the day, playing around with it and stuff, and just fiddled with it. I'm like, that's a cool little game. And I figured it would be a game that would never take off. I was like, yeah, it's a fun little thing to play. I don't think it'll go anywhere, but
everything takes off eventually. It just if they got you've just got to build a base foundation, and then they talk about it.
Yeah,
well, not
Get
just
other
that,
people
like,
into it.
There's been games that I remember were being played at LANs from 10 years ago. Like there was game like you had your
LANs
classic.
don't exist anymore though. It's sad.
that's this point.
Oh, yeah,
That's the point.
yeah. What was that? So yeah, going back, LANs. Some of the games that were big back then, which is big now.
People need to stop playing
like,
New World.
As you said, yeah, New World. Everyone stopped playing New World.
I'm just looking at my notifications popping up. It's like someone signed into Steam and they're playing New World. It's just it's New World. I'm like, can you fucking not?
Yep.
It happens.
But yeah, saying some games that were like big back, like 10 years ago. One was CS:GO, but that's still big now. Trackmania was one because that was like I remember competitions happening at LANs going, all right, who can make the best tracks? Minecraft, the original Minecraft. 10 years ago was a niche kind of thing, like a lot of people play it.
And now there's people that play it now that used to give me shit for playing it.
Yeah, and it's massive now.
Right.
It's one of those things.
And it triggers me. I was like, we should play it now. Minecraft's for kids. It's shit. What do you call yourself now when you play it, huh?
Kid.
You're on my level because it's fucking a good game. It's fucking Minecraft.
Well, yeah, okay. Like back then, the most common thing that people would make during competitions
Penises.
for Minecraft, like penises, giant, big, veiny penises. It was like who could make the most intricate, detailed structure, and people would be like, "I'm gonna make a castle," and then it'd be like,
This is a
"What's
penis.
that in the middle of your castle?" It's a big, giant, veiny penis. It's like, "What's this over here?" And you just pan left.
Gold penis.
Just, a giant penis. It'd be like, "What's this?" It'd be like, "Oh, well, this is my intricate."
I made one of those in
cave."
Heat,
It's-
pretty much. A big fucking. I was like, hey, Dad, look what I made. A big, massive fucking tower.
You built it all the way up to the fucking. You trying to see how fucking high you could build, and then we couldn't get rid of it.
Yeah, well, the most inventive Minecraft thing was like at this land, and it was like this. You went down to this cave. I think I've said this story before, and you went down to this cave, and it was for the competition, and it's like, oh my god, this cave looks amazing. It's like, oh yeah, it's all intricate and stuff, and then you've got this like little geyser that shoots this stuff up, and then it's like, oh okay, well where does the geyser shoot to? And it's like, oh yeah, it shoots up to a mountain. And then you'd go, all right, let's follow the geyser stream. And you'd follow it all up to this mountain. And then you'd go up, up, up and follow where the geyser gets to the top. And then you look down and you realize you've just followed a stream of sperm. And because you realize the geyser is actually from like a giant penis mountain that the geyser shoots up.
As I remembered,
And that
while
was
we stopped playing that game.
Hate.
Yeah, remember when you locked us out of our fucking buildings?
Oh yeah. Fucking dumb.
We can't open our buildings anymore.
What is this, Minecraft? No.
No, this was Heat. Heat and Homestead. That game is good, but like you can fuck up your base pretty quick just by locking your doors and you can't get them open.
I know when I look back on after that, it was fine. I don't know if we fixed it.
Yeah, but mine wasn't. Like yours opened.
Yeah.
But then mine was like blocked off. I was
Did we
like,
end up fixing that, or was it when you?
I don't know. I think we just quit. We just stopped playing it.
Because
Like,
when I got back on, it was fine. I could access the house again.
oh, really?
But half your house was decayed.
Oh, was my tower still there?
No.
That thing went high. Like I could see like the whole island nearly.
Yeah, because I remember
That's how high it
that
was.
that was ages ago. Though I remember
I
doing
died so much building that. I was like, whee!
If we got on there now, like all of our shit would have just decayed.
Oh yeah. I mean, Wookie, get it? It's so fucking cheap.
But what's this?
Heat. Just put in Heat and Homestead. It's called. Like it's probably cheap. Yeah.
Heat homes.
Like, because I would play it again. Like, it is a good game, but you got to build in the train tracks and shit if you want to PvE it.
Oh,
or
those
PvP
dickheads! Yeah,
it.
well, those dickheads from that server came to the server that we were on and fucked it up.
Yeah,
Oh, it's called Heat.
Heat, yeah.
yeah.
Home?
Heat and Homestead.
Heat and
Heat slash
Homestead.
Homestead.
Just put in Heat, and it should come up with it's red writing on a white background.
It's just called Heat.
I
Yeah.
think, yeah. Heat's the multiplayer. Homestead's single player.
Yeah, I found it. Heat and Homestead.
It should be cheap. Like, I think we got it.
I see a trailer of Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah. You can actually be like president in the thing.
We can have a baby.
And you can be assassinated and take presidency.
I remember this when this was first talked about.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is good. Like we put a fair bit of time, like when we jumped on, and we've also made friends on there. And then somehow they vanished and then come back, and then a whole army of dickheads just came on. I was like, oh, it does tell me about it.
Of classic Confederate, like the wilderness, when you first
You choose different tribes, yeah, you spawn on the
We're
walls.
getting shot at from the guys behind us. We're building them that little thing, and they heard pew, pew, bullets go past. The dude couldn't. We chased him for ages. He legged it like, are they coming for me? Oh, how do I remember this?
Yeah, it kind of reminds me how when America was first settled out west from. Yeah.
It is good though. Like, I'm not even kidding.
It does look good. It does look impressive. I remember
It's
hearing
just
about this when it first
you got to get a good
came out.
server with good mates because you need to build quick.
I would assume so with all those style of games. It does have mixed reviews, but
When we found that server that was dead.
Well, it's with those
good.
games like that. It's either you
It was nice. It was ours. But like, this is our server now.
yeah. It's
And then we
either
just stopped.
jump in. Yeah, I think you got to have a group that's going to be devoted to it.
I
from
think the
start.
biggest thing that got kind of irks us a bit is the decay, because it decayed quite a fair bit, and you had to maintain.
Yeah,
it
because
quite
you
a
had
lot.
to pay to keep it up. Like you had to pay gold in the flag. And even then, like part of my base was cut off because it was only a certain area you could claim. It's like we did not know all this. We just built big as we could and then put our claim flag down.
That's what broke the whole thing.
Yeah.
You're supposed to claim.
Claim
You're
flag.
supposed to claim first and then build in it, not build first and then claim afterwards.
Yeah, because Daz was fine because he was right next to the flag. Half my building was blocked off because it was like, nope.
God.
It's weird. But now we know. Flag first. And then build because you get locked out. It
Got some good
happens
stuff
though.
in
Like,
that. We built some good stuff in that game.
wasn't just building, it was finding. Like, you find some weird shit. I found, what was it, eggs, like from the birds and shit? I think because you had to farm as well.
different
Daz figured that
minerals.
out first.
Farming
Hey.
and minerals and so much you gotta do, all the different farming and gathering.
All the
and
minerals, like different
minerals
rocks, different
harvesting.
minerals.
Oh, so tedious to get everything.
We had it nailed down at a point. If we went back, we'd be like, huh? We would
Possibly.
get so lost.
I just wanted to
It
have
was-
a baby in the game. I just wanted to have have a child in the game.
Was that a thing?
Yeah, I think it was more that you could have most of that stuff in the multiplayer, but I think it was more the single player.
Oh, the single player.
You just somehow created a child. I went.
I was. I don't think it somehow.
Just how the game did it was just whack.
I tried the single player. I didn't like it.
No.
It was too boring. Like, it was all NPCs and the NPCs on the multiplayer that shot at you too. I was like, "There's someone chasing me." No, it's a bot because they run back.
You'd go and then you have to shoot them and harvest from them as well.
Yeah, it's
Get the
crazy
resources because they have their camps. And
because
you
they
don't wanna go too
had
close,
the
so they-
resources you needed to get to start off, but we bypassed all that and took us a while to get shit. Like, took us a while to grind it. We didn't have good weapons.
It was such a
We
weird.
just had basic stuff to start. Then you could buy and sell. Like, you build like a little chest that you could sell your shit in. And then you could buy from it as well. It was like, oh, yeah. So we farmed, sold minerals that we mined we didn't need. And, oh, no, the game's fun.
It's a decent concept.
There's a
That was crazy.
whole lot of other games that I've been looking over my Steam library, and it's like all these games that it's like, hey, you should be playing this because you've never played this game and you've owned it for like so many years.
10
So,
years.
Yeah, it's just like, do I really want to play? Why did I get this game? It's like it would have been some kind of humble bundle or something like that.
Yeah.
But then also looking now through my wish list of games, and I'm just like, I can't wait till this game comes out. I really want to play this. Oh, I forgot about this game. I should play this. And it's just like, oh my god, Shadow Warrior 3, that's coming out.
Oh,
I really want to play that game. That game,
I hope that's cross-plat because the multiplayer on that is good, like on 2.
Yeah.
And there's a few games I just want to kind of jump into and just
We,
go.
we started that with Eddie and then we just stopped playing that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few
But,
games.
I got more. I got stuff if you.
Yeah, we want to talk about some stuff.
I just realised we've just been talking about freaking heat and
Mine was
shit.
just random topic stuff I was going to bring up, but it's not really.
But don't know what's cool. What Bethesda did something freaking awesome. Deathloop. The actor who played Colt, he didn't have a PS5, so Bethesda bought him one just so he could play his game.
Yep, I heard about that. Yeah.
Like that's crazy. Just sort of give a good thing in there. Also, it's a Pokemon thing about the new Arceus game.
Yep.
Scyther has a new evolution,
Oh.
Cleavor,
Cleave also.
which is a big rock. He got rock hands and shit. Yeah, it's a legend, not legendary, but he's like a boss Pokemon that you can get. Yeah, he's like the guardian of the woods, I think. He got like rock hand, like big cleavers. That's freaking
Oh,
dope.
yeah. Because he had his.
It's official. It's a new evolution. God knows how you get him if you got a Scyther.
Yeah, more like a. Yeah, he's kind of like a weird.
He looks better than Scizor, because Scizor just looks like a weird.
Scyther, yeah. Oh, Scyther and Scizor, was it?
Scissor's the red fucking scissory thing,
Yeah.
like the weird lobster looking dude. I don't know what the fuck they went with there. But like he looks good, like Cleaver.
Mm.
Yeah, well that game comes out of next year early, so also Avengers is on Game Pass. If you want to play it now.
Marvel Avengers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna
You gotta play it now for the story, aren't you?
Yeah.
Do it. Yeah, that came out on the 30th, I think, of last month. Let's say 30th of last year. Also, in Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners got another DLC called Aftershocks. That game's getting updated regularly. It's had like 4 expansions, I think.
Jeez, that's a lot.
I've played that before and it's fun. It's nerve-wracking. If you die, you lose all your shit. You gotta go back and get it. If you die again, it's gone for good. I was grabbing a zombie and just going with a fucking knife. You actually grab a zombie and just hold him there and just fucking hit him with shit. Dope. I was talking about Thor 2. Also, PlayStation bought Bluepoint, which was obvious for ages. Then they're making an original game, which is dope. It's not a remake. I mean, I think they got Metal Gear to come first, but I'm hoping to get Metal Gear. Hopefully,
I know it would be nice.
Yeah, well, it's the first game apparently getting remade for third person, like the rest of them.
Well, that's what they were talking about that with the first game, possibly doing something like that.
And they're trying to get. I think David Hayter is coming back for re-recordings of Snake and shit. So
Ooh.
That's nice.
apparently, I mean, the stuff saying he is and then he isn't, like it's someone else. But or they're using the old recordings, where like they wouldn't hold up. It's from the fucking 90s.
Like
the
some of the
quality
stuff
of
when they redo stuff, they like scenes are extended and narratives a little bit longer, so you have to.
Well, they have to make it bigger because it's a short game. That first Metal. Well, if they play it now,
that with, like a lot of the narratives, like you look at like the Spyro remakes or like the Crash Bandicoot remake, like the.
They're pretty big games though.
Like
you
see,
Crash and shit were big back on PS1.
Well, say some of the cutscenes and stuff. You see that they've done an extra few seconds and there's a little bit extra dialogue.
Oh yeah.
That makes, you know, sometimes things like that happen when they do things. They add more substance to the game. You can't just be like, let's try and add some more substance and just use the base dialogue. You sometimes need to record.
It's got to be done well, not just for the sake of it. So I mean, I'm hoping they do it. Like Metal Gear third person on the first one. I've never played it.
I'd played love to 2. Play remaster the first one.
4 was good. I've played the rest of them, but never had it on PS1.
First one was my favorite. Was always my favorite. I could never really get. See, like I always loved the first game.
It was top down though. Like it was.
It was here and there, yeah. Top down and then more to the side and like all those weird.
It didn't have weird, like different camera angles, different missions.
That's what the games are like. Like It was like Resident Evil and Silent Hill. All those weird.
No, but they weren't. They were just fixed like side. You can still see, not top down like GTA and.
Oh no! Metal Gear did have that. They had points where the camera was locked in a spot and you'd see him from a third person, but it would follow. And the same as Resident Evil, where you'd have
2 was like
corridors
that.
where they're like locked in and then you run through and the cameras will stay in spots. Like Metal Gear had that, where that changed.
Metal Gear Solid, yeah, the ones with Metal Gear Solid had that kind of very.
No, that's what the first one was like. The second and third, and that they were proper third person games.
Mm.
And that's the problem.
That's where I got good with the second from there on.
That's what I mean. Like a lot of these games, I feel like they didn't know how to do cameras properly back then, so that's why they just made stagnant cameras.
It was quite limited because it was the PS1. Like fuck.
Like there were games on the PS1 that did stuff, but it just felt.
Plus, those games are big. Like Resident Evil, that was a big game. Like. The remake, not a remake, but they upscaled it for the first game, the Origin collection.
Yeah.
They kept it the same. They could have remade like 2 and 3, but basically it's a PS1 game just upscaled. So as you got the fixed camera angles. I tried playing it. No.
Yeah.
No.
It's one of those things. It's hard.
Because you can't aim your gun. I was trying to hit a zombie. It's like, yep.
Yeah.
It should have been a lock-on aim, like to say Doom, and that way you just aimed and it hit no matter where it was, up or down.
They kind of almost had that, but yeah, they didn't. They tried.
Like you had to aim, especially in the second game, back in the old one. I never really played him, but I've seen him, and it doesn't look fun. It doesn't look fun because they're like missing shots, and then you waste your ammo because you got fuck all ammo. Also, this was a thing for a while, but I haven't kept up to date with it on the podcast. But IGN ran a best game of all time thing where fans voted from all socials the best game ever made.
Yes.
Which was, they've ran it out, God of War 2018.
Yep.
Wait, you sure it wasn't Last of Us too?
That wasn't even mentioned. Oh, I think it was knocked out by like a Mario game. GTA got beat out by God of War.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I
fans voted, so...
I just remembered the year when God of War, I think it was the same year God of War came out, and it was up against Last of Us or something like that.
No,
it was like
God of War and Spider-Man.
No, sorry, it was Red Dead Redemption versus Last of Us or something like that. Or no,
was Red Dead 2018 or 19?
I'm trying to remember. It was something like Last of Us, either versus God of War.
Oh, it was Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us.
That was it, Last of Us. And it's like Ghost of Tsushima should have won, not Last of Us.
I love Last of Us. I love Ghost of Tsushima. Fuck you want to say it.
Yeah, it's...
But I platinum Ghost of Tsushima, so that says it all. I played more time on it.
It's only because one of the things I just don't get when they go Game of the Year, but yet it only represents 1/3 of the market. You know
with the PlayStation win it.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of
don't forget, their games are very good story games. Like that's what wins it pretty much. Except for Sekiro, that's a Souls game. Like that got 2020 Game of the Year or something.
Yeah,
2019.
The fact that it's kind of
20.
like you've got the 3 or 4, major, consoles.
Oh no,
PC.
Last of Us was last year Game of the Year. It was Sekiro was 2019. What was I thinking?
But I just didn't like the fact it was just Last of Us.
I mean, Last of Us has a good story. Say what you want. Who cares? Joel died. Get over it.
That was the only thing. All right, it shouldn't have happened. They should have put a bullet in that fucking. Yeah. But you know what I mean.
Have you played it though? Have you seen it at least?
I've watched the whole thing.
It all makes sense. Like I didn't want Abby dead.
It does make sense. But yeah, it's kind of like
it's just fans who haven't played it and then they're like, they're shit on it. It's like, no, the game makes sense. Play it.
No, I know, I understand it makes sense. It's just the fact that it kind of, it's, you had the first game where it had, Joel and Ellie.
Yeah, Joel's a dick. Like, he deserved what he got.
Yeah, I know. But then it's just the fact that it's like, I felt that he got shortchanged.
Nah.
Like and they changed.
It's mainly because of the trailers leading up to it. They thought Joel was in it when it was that Asian dude who was like they replaced him with out of the trailers.
I do admit the ending for it was absolutely just what the fuck, because when the guitar bit
setting up the third game.
No. I meant like just the scene where she's playing the guitar and she's trying to play.
Oh, and just walks off when leaves the empty house.
Yeah, the fact that she just can't play it like she could before.
Technically can, but...
Yeah, she's missing fingers for crying out loud.
Only a couple, I think, isn't it?
Yeah. But, compared to the start where she learnt the guitar and how to play that song.
She only missed like half of the fingers. Like, they can still fret it.
Still nubs there to do stuff with them.
They wasn't healed enough to do it, though.
Played nub style.
Hey, Tommy, is it... No, who... The geezer butler who was it Tommy Iommi who from fucking Black Sabbath, he has his finger missing up there.
Yeah, that's
he put prosthetics on so he can play.
But you know what I mean. I'm just saying that scene was very like it was very.
It was sad.
It was sad, exactly. So I can see where it did it, but I just didn't like how they. I understood that it was great. The game was great, but I just didn't like the fact that they put it on a I just didn't like the fact that they put it on a pedestal. That was just my personal opinion. That they put it more on a pedestal than it should have. Like I understand the fact. I think Ghost of Tsushima and that they were both terrific games. But I just also two things. One, I just didn't like the fact that how can one game that only represents like a third of the market because you've got PC and Xbox and Nintendo as well. I don't like the fact that one game gets put more on a pedestal that it's only on one console and it makes it being the best. Shouldn't be something
but it is fan voted though.
across the board.
Yeah, I know.
But I know what you mean though. It's hard choosing when it's like one side.
It's
like,
very and it makes it kind of very hard
when a game's like on both platforms. If a game's more on both platforms, it's an easier.
Yeah, like Sekiro won 29.19 like that. That's on all platforms.
Yeah, exactly. And you'd think that something that
But nothing came out 2020 really, apart from Sony. Like it was,
yeah.
like nothing ever big on PC except for like multiplayer games. Like
and the stupid thing
and they don't win because no one. It's just multiplayer. Like
and that's why I kind of get ticked off that there needs to be more single player games on PC that are very more story orientated. And
like if you get developers like Sony's on PC, they would sell like hotcakes.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I can't think of one story game on PC. I can't, except for Sony's now.
I know what you mean. Like you've got PlayStation that has exclusive games. You've got Xbox that has exclusive games. Where's the exclusive for PC? Like where's the proper solid story-driven PC games? Like
exactly. We get a lot of indie games.
Accessed by millions of more people because they can just make any game they want and just put it on Steam, Epic, and just anyone can play it. Could be most games on PC are free. Like
exactly, because you think of like there's like games like World of Warcraft and stuff like that, I guess, but they're not the same. They're like they're multiplayer games. Like where's the actual single?
They're not really story. They're more of a grind. Like people don't
That's what I mean.
Want to praise that because they don't want that.
Exactly. So that's what I mean. Like, what do you think of? Like, when you think of
I
like
want more of them games.
Well, say like when you think of the consoles, you kind of get the idea of like you think of Nintendo, you immediately think of like Mario and Zelda.
Yeah, but their games are not good. Like but
you know what I mean.
I've got to say it. Nintendo are rehashing old games, but they don't upgrade them at all.
But that's what I mean, though. Like you think of say the example, like you think of Nintendo, you think of Mario and Zelda, you think of Xbox, you think of like Master Chief and. I don't know who else. Like Marcus Phoenix, Gears of War. You think of PlayStation, you think of...
It's just them.
Like, you think of PlayStation, you think of, like, Last of Us characters or
Nathan Drake and Crash, Spyro.
Yeah, you think of that. But then you think of PC, what comes to mind when you think
nothing.
of PC?
Yeah,
like, there's nothing. There's no iconic character to mascot PC.
Maybe, like, you flash a couple games like, Counter-Strike, and yet...
But that's
there's no character though. It's just a game.
So, and that's one of the things that I'm kind of getting tired and sick.
There's no actual. Where's the exclusive game for PC?
No, but there is. There is coming though.
Not exclusive games. I just meant like, where's the
story?
Where's the narrative? Like it's kind of just. Okay, you've got Last of Us on PlayStation.
I mean, you can play Days Gone and Horizon on PC now, which is fucking great. Like,
well, I was going to say, actually thinking about it, I guess the only character we have for PC at the moment is Alex from Half-Life.
Yeah, Alex.
Yeah, but no one talks about that no more, though.
Yeah, and that was a VR experience, which is kind of different.
Exactly.
But I'm referring to...
That's a niche market.
I miss playing a PC game that has... high narrative like God of War and gameplay or like Last of Us or something like that, and I'm just kind of getting sick of in the fact of like
people want a cash grab, like they want a multiplayer, bring people in, spend the money.
They want a Fortnite. Everyone wants a Fortnite kind of thing.
Yeah,
just stuff here, just make money.
That's fine, and I remember when that used to be the type of games that would be on console. But
which is why Fortnite can't win Game of the Year because
it's not a essence of a game. It's just multiplayer. Like, there's not
and
there's narrative, but it's not the same kind of narrative.
Yeah, and I just miss like having like I think the last game that I played that had massive amount of narrative and just absolute like awe of playing it was Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
and that was released on everything, which
Yeah.
is I enjoyed it because it doesn't matter who you talk to, like PlayStation.
A quarter of the players who played it didn't get past the first fucking hour of the game. As soon as it hit that freaking snow bit, they just quit. It's like,
I don't know why.
the game gets way better.
That whole part of the game was so good at the start.
Yeah, how many hours
people quit because it's just walking. It's like, who cares?
I have 215.7 hours in Red Dead Redemption 2.
I finished it. That's all I did.
I don't even know how many hours I've got in it because I played on Xbox, but I spent days playing that.
Yeah,
Days.
exactly.
Yes.
The game is absolutely fantastic, and that was one of the things where I'm like, that game deserves an award, and it did win awards. And if anything else came up against it that year, I would be very surprised if that won over Red Dead Redemption. So, and that was one of the things. And I want more
Did that
games
come
like
out?
that.
2019.
But even
Yeah, I
like the
think it was-
first game was the same too. The first game was
What,
like,
2018
happened?
or something? It was a few years
Did
old.
Sekiro beat that? What the fuck?
I think so.
When
Red
did
Dead 2 was
wait,
very close, like getting. Was
I think that was actually that. I think that might have been the same year as like Last of Us, and that's why I was.
Nope, 2018. It was up against God of War, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Nah, Red Dead Redemption should have won that year. I think God of War did.
I don't think it. No, because October 2018, so it would have went 2019's Game of the Year, I think.
Yeah. Still,
It's weird how it cuts off at a certain because there's not enough time to play it before the Game Awards.
Yeah. But I still think that I just feel shortchanged that, for example, God of War.
Yeah, but not many people played Red Dead. Like they played it, but they didn't get past certain starting points, which kind of killed it for Rockstar. Really, I guess.
And that's stupid. I just don't like the fact that why would you?
Because people think, oh, it's like the first one. No, it's not. This is more cinematic. This is more of a PlayStation game. Like, this is more Sony style.
It's the music that was in it. It had like Willie Nelson, for crying out loud, in it, and he's a legend in his own right. And many of like the music in it, and just the atmosphere, and just the history on what the game displays. And seeing that whole, the world of back then, and just the experience, and just anything done by Rockstar is magnificent, the detail. And I'm kind of like, well, why aren't there more games like that? And
they won a fair lot of awards though for Red Dead 2.
Yeah. But when there are games that are released like that, it's locked behind a exclusive such as PlayStation or Xbox, and I kind of get ticked off. Like, I understand Xbox is doing direction where they're going, all right, it's going to be on Xbox for PC, which, like, for example, that's a great way that's going.
I don't think it was
I'm a bit
2019.
disappointed in that. Now I only put 76 hours into Red Dead 2.
That's fuck all, man. Jesus, that's only a few days.
Yeah, 3 days, 4 hours, and 26 minutes.
That's the first act there.
Yeah, pretty much. The first
I
act
played
goes
the whole
for
game.
ages.
I did the whole story and everything. I did everything, and I'm freaking.
I think if I check out all the achievements, I pretty much have almost every single achievement.
Yeah, I've got nearly all of them. I'm at where was it?
Oh no! I lie. I've only got 22 out of 51.
22 out of 51
what
achievements.
What are you doing? You played for so long.
Yeah.
But it's completing. It's like.
I think I got more achievements on Xbox on there.
So I'm 10 short of the honest story missions.
How many achievements have you got?
I have 22 out of 51.
You're doing better than me. I have 20 out of 51.
I can't check.
And I'm at 70. What? Complete the story. I have 79% complete the story. What the fuck?
Oh, okay. So Red Dead was in 2018 with
I've
God of
completed
War.
the whole game though. I don't know why saying 79% completed the story. I've
Yeah,
completed
but-
the whole game.
Spider-Man could have won that as well, to be fair. Over
Yeah. Well, that's also
Both of them.
another thing. I'm like, I'd love to play Spider-Man, but it's behind a console, and I don't want to just get a console for the
That's
sake
worth
of
it,
one
man.
game. I know. It's getting to that point where I'm like, oh, maybe.
Sony's never going anywhere with their games. Like the only way you'll get the PS5 games on PC is when PS6 comes out, because then they can sell you the older one to get the PS6 to play the new one.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
know
That's what they're doing
Days-
now with Horizon. They put this on PC, so when the one comes out in February next year, people will buy a PS5 to play it.
Well, I know they are slowly
Like-
releasing PlayStation games onto PC.
It's only PS4 games though, like the old.
So,
ones.
for example, like you said, Days Gone. That's out in PC now.
But there's no sequel coming. Like that game
Exactly, which
flopped for him.
I'm just disappointed. Where I'm like, well, I'd love to dive into that world and.
I mean, do it,
enjoy
man. It's fucking worth it.
Well, yeah, that's probably one of the next games I'm gonna.
It's like only like $30 now too. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'll spend that then
Money's
friggin'
worth it.
Origins, 3 days, 16 hours. Jeez. I want to know what game I've played the most of. I don't know how you check it on
I mean,
Xbox.
yeah, because Red Dead, they won a lot of. Won best audio design, best performance, best score. Like best, it got the best narrative as well. But Game of the Year was God of War, and that won
Oh,
no other things
God.
apart from Game of the Year.
I just looked at that. Jesus, on Xbox. My Fortnite stats on Xbox.
Oh no, I got best action.
Do you want to know how much
game.
Fortnite I've played on my Xbox from my stats?
Not as much as me on Ark.
68 days, 20 hours, and 28 minutes.
That's way too much.
Jesus.
So if I was to time that, what would that be?
God dang it, Wookie! I want to play Red Dead
Oh,
again.
I'm 32 minutes off. No, 20 hours. I need 33.
I want to see what upgrades it got for
32
PS5. I
minutes
really want to see what it got for that.
I need to play for 3 hours
Probably
and 32
nothing.
minutes to get it to 69 days for my Fortnite.
And then you're just gonna quit that age at 69. Just
Quit
Well,
it.
I can literally look right now what the game. Guess which game I have the most amount of hours on.
Tarkov.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know.
Well, technically, I can go into that and say yes.
Yeah.
On my Steam
Oh, no,
account.
no.
I'm looking at my
Yeah.
Steam. I'm looking at my Steam, and no cheating and checking on my Steam profile. Guess which game.
I wouldn't do that to you. I did. I just hunt. I mean hunt. Fuck. Tarkov.
Tarkov? Well, it on my Steam account. Tarkov isn't showing up on there.
Oh, yeah, it's not on Steam, is it?
Yeah. So they're actually going. Tarkov
on your Steam.
actually
I don't
is
know what
going
you
to-
have though. That's the thing. I don't know what you play.
Well, no, just
Um,
take a stab at any game that's been out in the last 5 years. I'll put it that way.
That's not. Can I have a ballpark? Is it hundreds of hours though? Like
Oh,
in
yeah,
the hundreds.
Yeah. I will tell you.
God.
I won't tell you which game,
God.
but I will tell you how many hours.
Yeah.
811 hours.
Rocket League.
Yeah. No.
I've
no.
legit got over 1,000 hours in Rocket League.
No, okay. I will tell you the game that actually has the
Wait,
second
the
amount of most
genre.
amount of hours.
Oh, okay.
Shooter. It's most of my games are
Yeah.
shooters.
God, come on, bro.
So no, but I'll tell you the second game that has
Battlefield.
the most amount of hours. It's Armor 3, 630 hours. Armor 3 is the second most played.
I've only known you like a year or less. I don't know what you're playing.
PUBG. That's it.
Oh, fuck.
PUBG, 811 hours played.
Woo.
So many
second
games on
is
my Xbox that I have not played.
I got it.
Oh, I have a lot.
I take my
Which of-
Rocket League.
Which of 3 is the third most played game I have? 344 hours.
Got barely any
I
hours
got
in it.
almost 600 for Rocket League on PC alone. I played way more on console.
Yeah. After that,
Many
it's
games I need to
GTA
play.
5, under 327.
That's
And then
Jesus.
DayZ, 271. And then Elder Scrolls Skyrim, 224. And then after that, Red Dead. And then progressively it just gets... It's still like, on average, 200 hours for the next 10 games after that.
Jesus.
So I've have... And then it just progressively goes down to 100
Hang on.
hours
What
for the next set.
have I?
So yeah, I've had many of hours.
Is there like a filter to see all the hours at once, not just click on the game by game?
What are you
I
looking
think there
through
is.
Steam?
Oh no,
You're
I'm just
looking
saying
through
like
Steam on your profile.
We're
Profile.
segwagging here. We're segwagging now. We've segwagged for the last goodness how long.
No,
We're
I've still got a couple of things, but I got
We've
sidetracked.
segwagged for at least 20 minutes. I feel like crap.
We probably
Actually,
have
it's
Like we kind of forgot we were in a podcast. We better wrap it up.
I mean, I'm in the thing. How do I check it?
We kind of just zoned out and just like talked like after the show.
I'm curious. Anyone that's watching this, hop onto the YouTube, and
I've got to go to bed after this.
And no. I'm just saying, anyone that's listening to this podcast, go onto the YouTube and please comment the game that your top most amount of hours, which game it is, and the amount of hours. Doesn't matter what. I don't care if it's Roblox or whatever. Just put down whatever game is on your top list that you've had the most amount of hours on, and how many hours. I am just curious on that.
I've got nearly 500 hours on Rocksmith.
Yeah, put that down. Put it on the YouTube.
Ooh.
Just put it in the comments. I'm curious because I'll jump in there when it gets.
You know, it's going to be like PUBGs and Fortnites.
Literally, as I said, the most amount of hours I have is in PUBG Battlegrounds, 811 hours. I've delved into it, and I'm still shit at it.
I've got probably a couple of hundred hours. That's about it on Xbox.
So I've played. Well, put it in that way. I have also been in a PUBG tournament at PAX.
Yeah.
So I do qualify playing that, and I think we did become third or second.
Yeah, you got pretty. Yeah, you did pretty good.
Yeah. I've still got the frying pan, the PUBG
You ever
frying
used
pan.
it? You ever used it?
No. I wouldn't mind actually using it to cook something.
It's a proper cast iron pot, so.
It is a proper cast iron pot. It's probably a bit too much to put up on a wall. I've got to find a shelf that I need to kind of.
Because it's quite
that's
heavy.
What? How's it too much? Just heavy or?
Oh yeah.
It's a proper cast iron like frying pan. It's heavy. It was, it's from being in that tournament. So I got that and a few other goodies. So it's thank you Red Bull and thank you Omen Gaming for being part of the experience. And yeah, but going back to before, put it in your comments. I'm gonna jump in when this gets uploaded because I want to see what games.
I'll probably give it a few days.
How many hours. Give it a few days.
Just get a fair number.
Plug it. You just got to plug it. Get the tweets out on it.
Yeah. I want to see how many hours. Because it'll.
It'll be interesting. Like too many diverse games. Some will be racing. Some will be puzzled.
I don't care if someone puts down Roblox and saying they've got like over 1,000 hours.
Well, like, I'm
just curious.
Fucking
just
1,600 hours.
Yeah, just put it down. I'm just curious.
That's not even including
someone
how much
playing
I've done on
Roblox
PC.
for like 1,000 hours. How would you?
Well, the amount of time I've spent playing Fortnite on PC now, I reckon I've got like over 100 days on fucking Fortnite. Since that's at nearly 69 days.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I'm seeing that in comparison, and I should actually start playing games that I haven't played.
I've got like 2 hours on Arkham PC.
Well, it's
Just
like
2.
me. Like, I've got games that are installed on my Xbox that I've not played.
And I put 1,000 hours in 1 year on Xbox.
Like,
I have,
which is not good.
Yeah, I have 480
Hang on,
games
Google.
on my Steam, and 539 DLCs for all those games.
yeah.
If I 1,000,
I've bought a lot of games that I've just not touched.
Where's that on the keyboard? I use my phone. I don't know where to find that.
Like, my Xbox has so many fucking games that I've downloaded to just never bothered playing. Just haven't got around to it.
Okay, out of a whole year, I put 41 days in Ark in 2018.
Hmm.
Like, just in 1 year. Whoa.
Well, that's the thing. Looking now, going back to my Steam account, I'm seeing all like the wins I had for PUBG. I'm like, all right, I was all right player.
But do you remember your first ever solo win? Because I remember mine.
I've got it right here.
Oh, you actually recorded it?
No, well, I've got photos like
Ooh.
chicken dinner.
I do on Xbox.
Chicken dinners here for.
I had to record it. I was camping in a little bush and I was crawling up. Had the scar just. Win.
So many games I just need to delete that I'm not going to go back to that I just.
I think I was
try.
drunk when I got my first win as well. Like, I was hammered.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, the screenshots when I've won, I don't have a lot of kills. It's like one kill, and it's like the last guy I had the verse right at the end. So I was very, very sneaky. I was like a sneaky, just wait, and be like kill, and just go for the like, me and the last person. So like kind of like Squid Games. So it's survive right until the end, but it's good.
What is that update? What have they done? There's like Fallout 76 Fallout Worlds.
They announced that at the last Gamescom. There's some new content coming out for Fallout 76. They're doing Fallout World, and with that, they're creating like more customization they can do with you and friends, and they're actually having custom servers for Fallout 76, so you can actually create your own custom server world kind of thing, which has unlimited building and all these other things and special events. I recommend, if you're interested in that, just go to the Fallout 76 Bethesda page, and they should have a lot more detailed information for that. Hey, we're getting segued here, guys. Remember, I thought we were finishing this up.
Well, it's kind of a nice little plug. I just saw it. It was like a nice little plug for it, I guess. Notes.
This is a cool thing, but recently, the game The Tourist. Anyone play that? It was on the Switch first.
It was a while ago that game's been out.
Yeah, it's the first 8K game on PlayStation. It's actually 8K.
Oh, okay.
8K 60.
Something else. 8K 60 sounds like a new gun.
8K 60. Oh, the 8K 60. Yeah, it runs at 8K, but the PS5 can't do it till it gets a firmware update. So it's the way they've done it technically right now is on their it's 4K upscaled to 8K, downscaled to 4K. So it's 4K, but you're getting 8K, but it's not native 8K yet until they do the update. Also, you need a TV to support it, and fucking hell, that's expensive.
It's 8K, but 4K, but 8K?
It's upscaled to 8K. It's like you do get the 8K upscaled. That's not native, though, until they firmware it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. And on Xbox, it's 6K, which I'm like, it's only more powerful, and it's only 6K. Come on, Microsoft. What have you done?
8K.
It's because the graphics card in the PS5 is, I would say better, but they've got more power in it compared to because it's a variable thing. It's not just set to one limit.
Yeah.
It goes up and down with what you're doing, so they got more power out of it. So it's full 8K compared to 6K. I'm like, you're not going to notice that much of a difference. They've already showed it side by side, and of course it's clearer on PS5, but it's only the sharp lines that you really see it.
Yeah.
Where it's more jagged on everything else. So, the first 8K game officially is The Tourist from the Switch, which it does look good though. That game looks pretty good. I never even knew about it. But yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'm keen. I'll play it one day.
Well, the only other thing
Not in 8K.
I had on my notes was just only that thing which the Christopher Judge posted about the whole delay with God of War.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where he had what? He had to get back surgery, his hips replaced, and knee surgery.
Yeah. Which is kind of like
that's a lot.
You know why he had to get all that done?
Because of his acting in God of War.
Well, no, I was saying, literally because he was carrying the entire game.
Yeah. No, someone said he's carrying the entire the whole PlayStation brand.
But I mean, yeah, because he got really involved in it. Because that's the thing, they didn't want to go on without it. Because
he did in the first one, because it's actually them on the set doing all the He's actually dragging the boat with the kid in it.
And they didn't.
Yeah,
they don't
he's
want to
doing
do.
a mocap.
They didn't want to do short straws and get someone else to mocap and get him to voice it. They wanted to wait that he could actually mocap and get.
Yeah,
better
they
at it and
waited
everything.
how long it was for him to rehab before they started work again.
And then they waited for that even before the issues with the whole pandemic as well. And they crunched through that. They even crunched through that. It's insane, the work they've done. They're like, that's the main thing that affected them that they took was that he was injured, and they're like, no, we're going to crunch through this. We're going to get it done.
That's minimum like 6 months from him doing rehab.
Well, you
Phenomenal.
can't make God of War without Teal'c from Stargate. So.
I mean, you can. You just can't do scenes with him in it.
Yeah.
You do other parts of the game, mocap.
Which he's in pretty much the whole game, because the whole first game was one camera shot.
Yeah.
One camera shot was just Kratos the whole game.
Yeah,
So you can't really make, if the second one's the same, you need to be in there.
I thought you were gonna make a joke that like Kratos is real, and realistically they used an actual film crew to just document the entire experience, and it was
He
just
is.
that.
Christopher Judge is Kratos.
Yeah.
He is built like a brick shithouse.
Yeah, it's not a game. You're actually literally watching.
This is what he really
actually happens. Yeah.
It's the
just
Truman
film.
Show.
Yeah, it's the film
Kratos is
crew
actually
just
Christopher
following
Judge,
him
not the other
around.
way around.
He is. He's just painted because you realise like Kratos is white because you got the ashes of his family on him.
That's very true.
Christopher Judge, what are you doing, son?
Ugh.
Also, he's built the same way. He's a big fucking boy.
Oh yeah.
So I just can't believe like all that, like back, hips replaced, and knees. Like, what the fuck did he do to do all that?
Well,
Well,
as you said, he was carrying the entire PlayStation franchise for the last couple of years.
Oh yeah, on his back.
Yeah, until Insomniac stepped up now. Now they're doing that.
What?
I'm keen for Wolverine.
And the new Spider-Man.
Yeah, because Venom's in there. That's dope. And Craven, and
Yeah.
I think there's like 3 villains in there. So I hope they're setting up like their own Sinister, not Sinister Six, like whatever the Marvel one is.
Yeah,
Like-
Sinister Six.
The gaming cinematic universe.
Yeah, I hope they like do Sinister Six game, like Insomniac are on that as well. Just,
Magoo. It'll be the Magoo Marvel gaming universe. Magoo.
Magoo. Or just silent ever says goo.
Magoo gaming
You
universe.
can only go Magoo.
Marvel Goo. Marvel
okay.
gaming universe. Marvel
We
Goo.
we start off saying goo, we end it with goo.
Yep, that's it. Full circle.
Goo.
Full
Are we going to
circle,
wrap
baby.
this up? Because I need to do some goo.
You do need a goo.
I need to go. I need to goo. I need to do some goo in the. I need to go and do some goo in the poo in the tutu. Woo woo.
In the tutu.
He's going in a tutu.
I'm
So that's why that tutu's
You're gonna
brown.
make the goo in the tutu.
I'm gonna make some goo with the tutu that you call poo poo.
That's making this thing just
Oh,
go
so
worse.
that's when you said Scarlet's not old.
She's the tutu.
You know where the tutu's going.
Alright, I think that's what we
And
got,
on
is
that
it?
note, we're definitely going up.
Yeah.
Thank you, Wookie, for coming along, you
No
beast.
worries. No worries.
But yeah,
As always, it's been a pleasure. It's. I should have been drinking this time around, though.
I mean, you were smoking. That's the same thing.
I don't feel right if I'm not drinking heavily during the podcast. I don't know.
I mean, you did say you're doing Alex Jones or something, Alan.
Yeah.
That's,
But you didn't say the frog one. You just completely
that's what I mean.
bypassed everything.
I feel like I should have just done that.
We didn't get the Ricky Chavez. We didn't get none of that.
Ricky
Yeah.
Chavez. Exactly. I just want to get really, really drunk and get into the mood. But you know, Dale was
Next-
only drinking one
next week?
beer.
Yeah, one
I would
bit.
have had
One
more.
beer.
It was one. I got more than one.
Yeah.
I got another one.
Yeah. And,
I don't know if there's another one.
I'll try and up the ante next time. I'll get more into my vices. It's just the long weekend. I've already tuckered myself out.
Yeah, hopefully to chill tomorrow. Well, actually, I was
yeah.
going to chill tomorrow, but I'm not because I'm going to build myself the shelf here off my bed that I was thinking of doing. I'm going to
Oh, the shelf.
for my pop
Oh,
vinyls. So
Oh, so they're going from Oh, you've moved them. That's your games there, isn't it?
Yeah,
Don't
so
worry.
that's all there. Yeah, so I'm going to build the frame off the bed, and then in the empty space, I'm going to start building the shelf off of there and building the shelf for the pop vinyl. So
For some reason,
I've got to
the
go
whole
for a nice.
on that wall doesn't look straight. It's like this. Is it just the camera angle, like the camera perspective?
yeah, because that's straight,
Yeah.
but then that's
It doesn't.
all
It looks like it's going like that in towards the middle. No, I think it's just the camera. Like,
Yeah. On one note, Jim, you're going to be jealous maybe in the next couple of weeks because, as a little hint, me and Dale might be doing a 1 kilogram jam or cream-filled donut challenge
Yes.
soon.
Well, I'm away. I have to get some photos. Yeah.
Yeah,
Catch a different
that's,
drive.
Oh,
I'm
Yeah,
hoping I
son.
buy pennies for everything because I'm like really tight in the budget right now. I'm like, fuck.
well, it's only $20, so I might even
Ooh.
shout. Because remember, if we finish it, we don't
Free.
have to pay.
Yeah.
So
film that.
there's a one.
wait. So what actually is it?
It's a 1 kilogram donut challenge.
Oh, it's a
So-
1 kilogram donut.
It's a jam cream filled donut, or it can be other flavors.
1
as
kilo
well.
is not. I mean, a donut though. Ooh.
So they'll have like either Nutella flavor or like a bee sting flavor, which is like honeycomb and.
You don't want to go to a
jam,
Nutella one. That'll
custard.
be so fucking
Oh,
sweet.
it's going to be rich. So I'm going to stick with the classic, the jam
Yeah,
cream filled donut, and it's for 1 kilogram donut. So it's like jam in the middle, jam and cream in the middle. It's one of those long donuts, but it weighs about 1 kilogram, and it's only for $20. But the challenge is if you finish it in the time that you allocated there.
How much time is it though?
Well,
10 minutes or so.
I think it's in one sitting. So
That was at Kenilworth.
You sit there for 3 hours.
you know what?
I'm still sitting.
Yeah, exactly. You said all you can eat. So
When you go to the toilet, it's like, oh no, come and get me a bucket.
yeah. So it's in one sitting, and if you finish it in that one sitting, they will hand you back the money.
Just don't eat the day before.
Yeah, exactly. or any time.
Imagine the sugar rush, man. Jeez, you were pinging.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I didn't have to take pingers that day. It's great. So
It takes a fucking no-dose to calm
1
yourself.
kilogram, and if you finish it, they'll hand back the money that you paid for it, and also you'll get your name onto a plate, a plaque, or a plate that they'll place up on the wall of the establishment.
That's fucking dope.
Considering
So how often is this?
well, it's at this place called Kenilworth, which is up at Sunshine Coast, and Dale's actually going to be my way very soon, and I suggested that we head out there.
Yes.
And
I'm so jelly.
they've got some of the best donuts there, so we can reserve that and do the 1 kilogram kilo.
Imagine a 1 kilogram Krispy Kreme. Oof.
Oh. Well, they do actually have the round donuts as well. Like massive, giant round donuts. So they have the classic Homer Simpson, the pink icing, massive, giant ones of that, and that's about $20 as well. And they have the chocolate ones. So
I'll go pink. Man, that fucking strawberry icing is good.
yeah. And also I did recommend another place called Rick's Cafe, which is a fantastic establishment. They have the best milkshakes on all the Sunshine Coast.
Damn.
It is $8, and it was like massive, thick milkshakes. And it's bang for your buck. I definitely recommend. And also the cafe itself is fantastic. If you love
I bet make
old
it bang
school,
for your buck. Joke.
well, if you like old school muscle cars and like any kind of very like 1950s style kind of diners kind of themed, that's your place, and that's up at the Sunny Coast as well. So instead of going on a night on the town, which I said we should still show them all the secret bars.
Yes.
But do something a little bit different and go for a 1 kilogram donut challenge. And check out some of the quieter things that are up my way.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't realize how kind of pricey fucking Aussie World is these days. It's like
it is quite pricey.
I was
but,
like,
it's
ooh.
Well, that's why I like to go
You get
for
what
the whole.
you pay for, though.
Yeah. But you got to go shopping around for certain things up, like anywhere, and that's why I like going on nice scenic
It's probably
drives.
expensive. They're probably still taking a loss on it, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? Like, it's crazy how that works.
But yeah, so Jim, yeah, will hopefully be if the stars align, we shall be doing a 1 kilogram donut challenge, and we'll take a few happy snaps of what the bakery also offers up around there. So there's also a nice dairy farm up around there that has.
I think I had a kilo of sausage rolls today, so I could do a donut.
Oof, kilo of sausage roll. Oof.
I had like 6 mini ones, like the little fat mini ones. I had like it was good, and then I had a scallop pie afterwards, so I could do definitely a 1 kilo donut.
That's one thing that always intrigues me. Food challenges, the fact that they're there.
Thing is, it's got to be a food that you like, not just if you don't like it, you probably get like halfway through and just nah.
Yeah, exactly. It's got to be something that you like, and something that you
like donuts. People like donuts, but do you really like a donut to have a kilo?
Well, I'll put it this way: it's once in a blue moon. So if you're gonna, it kind of goes. Well, I don't have a donut that often, but when I do, it's gonna be a 1 kilogram donut.
I would definitely.
I won't eat donuts
Like I'll mostly if we plan which day we're going, like I'll most likely not eat and then just go have that.
Oh yeah.
Day.
No, you're probably better to eat, because then if you don't eat, you might get full quick because you.
I know what you're saying. So the thing that you do is the day
Have
before
breakfast
you have
and
lots
then
of
do
water.
it.
Yeah. No, the thing you do is day before you can still eat, but you drink a lot more water, so you fill your stomach up with water. So before you go, you just go take a piss, but your stomach's already used to being expanded with the amount of water. So when you do eat the donut, it fills up.
Just imagine doing a fucking blood sugar afterwards. Imagine how high that would be.
Yeah, it's
you're gonna be diabetic after that.
I was about to say the 3 prizes that you have is 1, you get your money back, 2, you get your name on a plate and get put on the wall, and 3, you get type 3 diabetes. So it's all good. You're winning. You're absolutely winning afterwards. It's great.
Does the cream count in the weight? Because cream weighs a fair bit if you got.
Well, that's what I was saying. Depending.
Or is it just the donuts a kilo plus
the cream?
What you put?
If it's mock cream
or whatever else,
or
I feel like it looks like
because jam is heavy. Jam is heavy.
It looks like it's fresh jam and fresh cream.
So which is going to be nice and thick.
Yeah, nice and thick and rich as well. Depending, it's going to be fluffy. Definitely fluffy. It's going to be nice. So I'm looking forward to it.
You can just walk in there any time and get $20 donut, like just bam.
No, the thing with it though is you have to book beforehand, so when you're going to go down.
I mean, but you can just book it whenever, or
yeah. You at least give them like 24 hours notice.
I would definitely come over there just to shit like that with you. It's like, damn,
just to try.
I will get a donut, then go to a fucking.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of people get it for like my work colleague. He got one of the donuts for a birthday cake for his daughter. As like instead of getting a birthday cake, exactly, it's like get one of those.
It's going to be a cake.
Yeah.
If you like donuts, why not?
So it's just one of those things. So hopefully we'll do that. Let the stars align, and we've got to.
Just imagine how content you would be. You go get your 1 kilo donut, you finish that, then you go to a fucking strip club and just chill.
Yeah, no, afterwards I would sleep.
Or a bar.
I think I'll just sleep afterwards.
I don't reckon you'll sleep after. You'd be on a fucking sugar high. You'd be like,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it really doesn't look that big. It honestly really doesn't look that big.
That's what she said.
It depends how dense the donut is, really. Like a Krispy Kreme donut, they're dense. Like, they're weighty.
Yeah.
But that's the way it's made.
Cream. That's because the icing's on the bottom and the top. It just covers the entire thing. They're completely different.
Yeah, but them donuts are dense. Like, they're not squishy, like, really, like a proper
cream.
donut.
It seems to be like the donut itself. There's majority of the thing is the donut. Looking at it.
Yeah. So it's the classic cinnamon donut with the cream in the middle and the jam on top. So, or as I said, you can get
whatever they have, really. Just pick.
Well, if that's the
Let's hope
case, just like rip off pieces and give it to
Because
you.
I don't think you can. I don't know if you. I can send you the screenshot to see actually show you how thick the actual cream is.
Well, no, wait. I sent you the link. Just send it to Jim. He can check it out.
I'll just wait for the pictures.
Yeah. So, yeah. It's
Ooh. I'm still burping those sausage rolls.
Oh god. But that reminds me, I was actually going to go for a drive out there. Was that tomorrow? And check out the place because there's a. I was going to go out to.
There's a. Oof.
I'll send you a photo.
Hey. You said there's a.
And you can see
And then
actually
you
how much
just
cream's
went.
in there.
Oh, okay. That's a lot of. That's a fair amount of cream.
You can never have too much cream.
Yeah.
On a
Yeah, I
donut.
forgot I sent you a photo of something else. I was like, oh wait a second, what the hell is this?
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, is that?
We'll talk
God
about
dang it.
I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. That's a nice ice cream. That's a nice milkshake.
Yeah, so it's a pretty big.
I know,
I'm wondering if
literally.
it's thick.
Yes.
Well, so you could have a 1 kilo milkshake with a 1 kilo donut.
Oh man, I would actually do that because that actually I
Take
would
a
have
bite, drink, bite, drink.
Well, that's the thing. I would get like a nice big cup of milk, and just have it with it. So it'd go.
I would go water because milk's a bit heavy. You'll be get.
It took
Yeah,
these
I'd
people
probably
10
fill up
minutes
faster
to eat
with
this
the milk,
donut.
Yeah. It takes people 10 minutes. or
This
they have-
video that I just sent the screenshot from the video I watched, it took them 10 minutes to eat it.
So is it a sitting or do you have a time limit?
I don't know.
Is it like an hour, half an hour? Like,
I'm not too sure.
because that's the main thing. If you've got an hour to eat it, you could do it easy.
Oh yeah, easily.
Just eat little bits at a time and just take you a while to fill up.
People cut it and everything too. This dude like.
Why would you cut it?
This dude fucking cut it and he put half his cream out.
Yeah, that's what he doesn't have to eat it.
Dude's got most of the cream on his face and he's just drinking water. They got the big 1.25 Woolies water with them. Or Coles water, and they fucking drink.
Just imagine you bend over after eating a fucking donut. It's like, oh.
Yeah, I've seen the video, but I'll
Make
watch
sure
it
you got
later
track
after we
pants
finish
on.
the podcast because I've got to really do have to
Goo.
goop goopy poo.
Do the goopy.
I'm holding it in.
But yeah, I'll
It
definitely.
really doesn't look that hard though. Looking at all these people devour it,
no.
it really doesn't look that hard.
No, I don't think it's going to
20
be.
bucks.
And
20
think
bucks.
about it, a kilo. It's a kilo. A kilo really isn't that heavy. Like when you
A
think
kilo is not. I mean, it is for a donut.
Yeah, and I don't think it's going to be that hard to do. And
You
it's
think
gonna
a
be-
normal cinnamon donut is light? Like you can just.
this weight here is 1.25. That weighs 1.25 weight
Yeah,
kilogram.
just think that's a donut though. That's
Like that's not really that heavy realistically. Like
That's actually that's not that heavy then.
like this is a 1.25 weight.
it must be a quick time then. Like it must be
feels
like
I
probably
feel
10,
like it looks
15
like
minutes.
it looks like and how it looks like a family's
So
long john.
essentially, are you thinking what I'm thinking? We get a free meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon I can do it. I reckon I can develop pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, I know.
Cook later, and like, there's nothing stopping me from throwing up later, but.
Yeah.
And
But
my secret
also-
I could do beforehand too is I could always take some quickies beforehand. Maybe it could sit on my stomach. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah, just take.
down a couple of quickies.
Please
before you do
said
anything.
you could take some quickies beforehand.
But think of it this way: it's achievement. At least you've gone. I've finished this food challenge. Like that. Think of it this way: I think of it as in a bucket list. At least you can say that you finished at least one food challenge.
Actually, you get your plaque on the
this-
wall, like
Yeah, you get your plate on the wall. You get a
plate.
Yeah, you get a.
It's really like I said. The weight I had worked out to would be the weight of what does it say, 12 or 13 of normal cream donuts, and those things are actually light if you think about it. You grab one of those, and you eat
Very
it.
light.
It's very light. It's very
Yeah, but a
very
kilo's
light.
a kilo, no matter what it is.
Yeah,
But what's
exactly.
the weight of what's the weight of like a Big Mac or something like that? What's
That's not a kilo, I don't think.
Well, no. Well, a quarter pounder is still a quarter of a pound.
Yeah, but a pound's different than a kilo. Pound's more than a kilo.
Well, that means technically it's like 3 quarter pounders.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe,
still trying to justify it. It's going to be
12
big.
point, yeah, 1/4, a quarter pounder is 12. Wait, what?
quarter pound is 12.12 kilos. I don't know what the
0.1.
math is, but it's definitely pounds are more than a kilo.
I don't know.
So I don't know. But you'll find you have to find out. You find out when you get there and go, that's bigger than I thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's another thing to compare it to. It's the weight of roughly 4 Big Macs.
Oh fuck! What? 2 is a limit for
'Cause,
most people. Like
Big Mac, too.
Really, I was going to say Big Macs are pretty small these days.
They're pretty light.
I used to eat 2, and that was enough. Like
Yeah, but they're not that. But that's you got the meat and stuff too. Like that's kind of it adds different stuff because you got meats, you got juices, you've got cheese. Like things can, but like this is just straight bread and like cream.
Yeah,
like
bread and cream with
Go.
jam or whatever. Yeah, and cinnamon. They only
I said a kilo is a kilo, no matter what it is. A kilo is a kilo.
yeah, like a kilo of meat.
Yeah.
A kilo of feathers is a kilo of feathers. That's way the same as a kilo of bricks.
I'm just thinking, it's like, at least you could say, hey, look, I've knocked this off the bucket list. I've done a food challenge.
If they said a 10-kilo donut, whoo!
Well, I mean, yeah. Like I don't know.
That's
Like
as
I'm
big as
trying
my
to think.
fucking
I'm
weight
just trying to
down
compare it to things that I normally eat that would weigh that. I should like make a serving of something up and weigh it and see how much that dish weighs. And be like, that's something I normally
find out like the last meal you had was like 2
You
kilos,
might have to eat a kilo.
Okay.
Just go buy a kilo of donuts and eat them.
do some pre-prep training.
If you can eat them. If you can't, just keep forcing them until you can.
Pre-prep training.
Put it this way, it's only $20.
Yeah.
So it's and I
Still
know
something to say to put on the bucket list. Still say that you tried it, kind of thing. It's a food contest.
Hey, if you eat it, you get $20 back for your happy ending. How's that?
Yeah, exactly. Have a happy ending.
I mean, there's nothing stopping me from buying a plate and just be like, "Here's my name," and putting it up on their wall. Get the name off there. Here's a plate I prepared earlier. With my name on
Just
it.
take a photo of the plate.
I think you know how hard it is if the wall's only got a small amount of plates up there.
Oh, there's photos of the place, and
There's a lot of
there's a lot.
Oh,
So
so
if
it's not
a
that
lot-
hard then,
It's
really.
not that hard at all. And it's just kind of like one of those, all right, if you can do it, you
Hey,
can
do it, man.
Yeah.
Why not?
We'll do it.
Yeah.
I bet you thinking about it, I bet you that milkshake weighs more than the fucking donut.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
that's
well
what I
liquid
mean.
does.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking, like the milkshake that I told you about at Rick's Garage, which is just pure thick
I want to
milk.
get a
then
scale
just-
now, weigh
And it's
everything.
ice cream.
Just say double or nothing. Put the milkshake with the fucking donut.
Go to one place, go to the milkshake drive like that distance to the other place.
Well, I reckon it's going to be fresh cream because there's a dairy farm
looks
just down
like
the road.
it.
So that means it's going to be real nice. And
And nice and airy. Not
I just want
sitting there
to
getting
get a
air.
plain
and
simple one. It's gonna be so good. The
Yeah, that's what
jam
I'm
and the
gonna
cream,
say.
like I'm so keen. But
Or they
I
give you
also-
like an old fucking crusty donut.
I
like,
do
the
like them when
cream's
they have that
fresh,
like
but the
little
donut's
crust
not.
on it, like when they're a little bit dry, crusty, and it gets even nicer. Like it's been burnt or something. Bake me
How
a
do you,
bit.
I've never had a burnt donut. Ugh.
It's so good.
a
I
burnt
want
donut.
Long Johns. I should have bought some today. I'm gonna go buy some tomorrow. I wonder if the bakery's gonna be open.
Yeah.
I should go buy a family one and see how much it
We've gone
weighs.
40 minutes more since the last time.
Nearly 3
I
hours.
just realised the
I've been
time was
holding
fucking...
it in long enough.
All right.
I really do actually have to
Yeah, well,
make some goo.
Make some goo.
So,
but man, thanks for joining us. Episode, what, 40?
oof.
Yep.
Episode, we're nearly at 100, I think. Fuck.
Something like that. 30
No,
something.
we're like at
last one.
90-something.
40,
No?
70.
I'll get.
No, I think it's 80 or 90.
Can I be here for episode 69?
Yeah.
I mean, we're past that.
What are we at? I think you were here for episode 69.
Hang on.
Could have been.
What are
We'll
we
check the book, because I got season 1 here. Season 1 episode.
But was I here for episode 69? Please tell me I was.
2020, episode 28, 30, 40.
If not, I'll be here for episode 666.
Okay, so 35 and 40. 40, 70. Oh, yeah, we're past 69.
Oh, damn it.
You know, so what was
Wait.
it? But was it? We're at
35 and 40.
now.
We're at 75.
75, take away 50. No, not 15, that's 60.
I could have been here for that.
Take
Was
away
it?
the 6.
You said 75, take away
Yeah.
6, which
So
is 6
take away
episodes ago.
6.
So
Was Wookie there? Or do we have Juddy? Anyone?
Could have been the one with Juddy.
We did. No, is that right? So it's 35.
That's him, right? 75?
What was the base episode? What was the base episode? When did we end on the first season? 35 or 36?
35, I'm pretty sure. That's what my book says, 35.
So episode would be episode 34, which was Rule 34. So season 2, Rule 34. Welcome to the internet, or at least a small portion. With this week's episode, we talk Fortnite Imposters Mode, Among Us physical release, streamers that got harassed. No, I don't think you were.
I don't. Ah, it doesn't matter. I'll be here for 666 though.
666, Jesus Christ.
Fuck, that's a long way away.
I know, but book me in.
We gotta get everyone for. We gotta get Juddy for that as well. Then.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we'll book that in. We'll sort out the
Crazy.
1 kilogram.
It's handy having a book because everything gets logged.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I've used that much of the book already, just with the season a bit.
Jesus.
I need to get a new book. I'm running out, nearly halfway through it. A page of fucking 120.
Yeah, the last episode you're in, whereas episode 32, Fly Fishing for Likes, that was with you.
Oh, you're just at like
Juddy and
67
Hannah.
or something.
Two-
Oh man, you just missed it.
Damn it.
Yeah.
It's
Oof.
all right.
Episode 67. Episode 67.
Damn
It's
it.
been that long. Fuck. We've had a guest.
Yeah,
It's-
we've
it's-
done since episode 33, so 33 to 45.
Because we don't get Juddy by himself, do we? Because he's never on
We've done
by
7 episodes
himself.
without a guest.
Are we going to do the Easter egg for Juddy?
Yeah, we can.
Oh yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Do you want to do it this time, Wook? Honours to the guest.
Wait, do it after the outro part or before?
Well, we can do it. We can do it whenever. We can do it after the outro.
Yeah, because then we have to wait till the end.
Yeah. Okay. He got
But
a
yeah, as
spoiler.
always, well, thank Wookie for coming along. Episode 40. It's been fun as
worries.
always. Oh, we've been Dale and Jim and Wook. We'll catch you guys next week for episode 41.
Later.
41. Yeah, 41.
Bye bye.
And Juddy, if you're listening, leave a comment on the YouTube saying which game that you have the most amount of hours in. I don't care if it's Roblox or Master Senpai Naked Lover 2. I don't care which game it is.
It's probably BeamMG.
Just leave a comment.
And also say hi to your mother for us.
Yeah. I don't care if it's Leisure Shoot Larry or anything.
It probably is someone like that.
Yeah, or Roblox. Just leave a comment.
Gonna do Succubus 2000 hours.
Succubus.
One of the fucking Lust games. Someone's got that. I know it.
Oh man. I I'm gonna go check my Steam now.
Oh,
see if
I
I've got
figured a little Easter egg. I was trying to find what the quote was, and I wanted to go with a quote for the end of the episode. Now it took me forever
Oh,
to
I
find
didn't do
it.
a joke. I got the jokes here too. I didn't even say one.
Go on, say a joke. Go on, quickly. Do it.
What was a good one? Hang on. What was it? Where is it? It's here somewhere. What do you call it when Batman skips church? Christian Bale.
Oh god.